JoJo doing?
Hello, welcome to the Downsize Live. This is our weekly show where we talk to all of our viewers out there and take your questions and see what's going on. JoJo is on the table here, so she's chewing the cord.
Yes, I see that. No cord chewing, kitty.
She really likes the fuzzy part of the
It's like Velcro
microphone.
wraps.
Yeah. So anyway, welcome to the Downsize. My name is Laraine Durham. I've lost over 50 pounds on compounded Tirzepatide. And I'm here with my husband of 22 years.
That's me, Christopher Durham, and I just noticed it just says my name.
Oh,
let's fix that.
Christopher.
Well,
All
I
right.
interviewed Joe this afternoon, so it was just me.
All right.
So I need to fix this.
It's fine. Can you talk and do that at
I
the same
can
time?
talk and do that at the same time. One moment.
Michelle Frank is ready with her water. Me too. Does everybody have their water? Well, you listen to these videos where they tap on the thing. So if you don't have your water, get your water real fast and then come right back because we be yapping, as my daughters say. Y'all be yapping.
That is what she says.
And it's super hot in our house. It's like 95 degrees here in Charlotte today. Actually, now it's 88. It was supposed to thunderstorm. We never got any storms. We just got hot. So Christopher got this little fan with this Amazon Prime Day
For cruises.
Cruises. So
cruise safe
is
fan.
it magnetic?
On the bottom. Yeah.
So you can stick it on the wall if your cruise ship is magnetic. Maybe we'll have to put a link in the comments or something. I don't know. But anyway, so it's hot. And so we've got this fan. So if you see like my hair blowing like Beyonce,
I don't think it's quite that powerful, but that would be impressive. It'd have to be a lot bigger fan.
Do not be alarmed. Do not adjust your set. Okay, so
Don't tell them about the channel.
I did tell him about the channel. So the Downsize.
Assume there's new people out there.
So if you're new here, welcome to the Downsized. If you've been a member like forever, welcome back to the channel. We're the channel that talks about we have different cameras now because we so fancy. We fancy, y'all. We're the channel that talks about all things GLP-1 weight loss related. So GLP-1s are medicines like Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro, Zepbound, Semaglutide, Tirzepatide, and then new ones coming out like Retatrutide and Bimapamutide.
I can't say it either.
He can't say it either. But there's other ones coming out. But they're peptides, right? That's why they all got the tide at the end. At least that's why I think they all have that. I'm no scientist. And before we get started, also great time to say that we're not doctors. We're just people who live in North Carolina who lost weight with a GLP-1 medication. So
yeah,
that's my spiel. That's my
So essentially, how long have we been on this adventure now? How many weeks?
We started September 29th of 2023. So I think this is week 91-ish. Don't count them up because it might not be exact, but approximately 91 weeks. So in September, it'll be 2 years. I've been in maintenance now for about a year. It took me like a school year to lose 50 pounds. Okay, so if you think about, you go to school in September, you come home in May, that time, in that amount of time, I lost about 50 pounds. Christopher has lost 100. His was a little longer. He's been in
about 50 weeks.
50 weeks, so close to a year. So the average weight loss on these medications is 0.5 pound a week to 2 pounds a week. So if you're losing in that range, congratulations, you're average. Some people lose slower than that. Some people lose faster than that. But we see that it averages out in that range. My average weight loss when I was losing my 50 pounds was 1.58 pounds a week. Okay, so congratulations, I'm average. Yours was about what, a pound a week, maybe a little bit more.
100 divided by 50 is 2.
He didn't keep a log or a spreadsheet.
It's easy. It's easy math. It's easy.
So,
But I mean, I started out fast and came out of the gate with 17 pounds in the first month. But
which is not
the problem is when you average from those
usual.
early months, it might look like your average is going to be really high, and it's difficult to sustain that unless you don't really want to lose weight.
I think my first month I lost 6 pounds. I was thrilled because usually when I'd go on Weight Watchers, when I'd restart and rejoin and pay the fee and go back to the meeting, I'd lose maybe 4 pounds in a month, maybe 5 pounds. And then after that, it was, a half a pound to a pound a week, if that. So, but no more Weight Watchers. I am no longer a member of Weight Watchers. They keep sending me their emails though with would you like to try a GLP-1 through our clinic? And I say, delete. Thank you. Delete. Unsubscribe. I should unsubscribe.
You can do that later.
You can do that later. All right. So anyway, we're here. Who's here?
Who's here? Well, the very first comment is from Down Under.
Hello, Aussie Craig. How's life tomorrow in Australia?
Thank you for being a member, Aussie Craig. Rudy J. OTP says.
Hey, Rudy J. What time is it in Aussie land? Aren't they like 15 hours ahead or 17 hours ahead?
It's a big country, so I think it depends on where you are, but that sounds about right.
Yeah. So I know Hong Kong is 12, and they're past that. So
thank you for being a member, Rudy J. Jess, hello.
Jess, good evening, everyone.
Esther in New York.
Esther, hi from New York City. Hey, Esther. Linda McMiller. Hey, Linda, what's happening? Did you get your reorder in? We were having a conversation about reorders. I've got an order on the UPS truck currently headed my way, and it is so hot outside. So I'm going to get one of those big styrofoam coolers from Empower Pharmacy, right? So I'll have to take it out, maybe get the meat thermometer and see what the temperature is.
They're moving pretty fast.
If the ice packs are still cold. They sent it this time. They sent 2-day UPS, where I was getting 1-day UPS or FedEx. So I don't know what's happening, but hope it'll still be cold when it gets to me. Doris Goody says, good evening, all. Good evening, Doris. Thanks for being a member. Ruby D says, hello and good evening. I can't read here if I have to look there. I finally ordered a Renfro scale. I want all the stats for my body recomp phase. Yes, so we love this this scale. It's in our Amazon store. We're Amazon affiliates. We make, a very small commission off each purchase. So thank you very much. You can find our Amazon store. It's probably in below where we're talking.
It is in the description.
So you can see our downside store, but if you're not familiar with these scales, you step on them barefoot, and then there's an app you can download to your phone, and then you can see, like, can you see that? You can't see that. All the things like your weight, your BMI, your percent body fat, your subcutaneous fat, your fat-free body weight, body water, skeletal muscle, muscle mass, bone mass, protein, BMR, and metabolic age. However, I do not look at metabolic age because mine tells me I'm a year older than I am, so I don't like that.
So the way these scales work is there's a couple of points on the scale you're stepping on barefoot. It sends a very low voltage electrical charge up through your legs and kind of loops around your private parts and back down. And
excuse me,
does
sir.
does all kinds of measurements.
Sir.
Now there's already somebody out there on the comments that I haven't seen who's going, these are not accurate. Here's the thing.
They're kind of accurate.
We weigh every day.
Plus
every day. So I have now,
5%,
I don't know, 700 data points. Directionally, they're going to be fine. And what you have to ask yourself even if they're off, and there's a professor from Texas Tech who's done a bunch of research, and what his team and all the students said was the scales ranged anywhere from 2% off to 10% off. So even if they're 10% off, worst case scenario.
How much is the speedometer off?
I don't know. is it going to dramatically change what you do because of this scale? So if not, then directionally you can proceed forward. Now it's all cool data, but yeah.
Cool data. I wish there was a way to download the data like to a spreadsheet. That would be cool, wouldn't it? Donna Johnson, hello, all from Omaha. It's Donna from Omaha. She went on the cruise with us. Hey, Donna. Rudy J, OTP. Hello, all you early birds from another hot day in Denver, Colorado. I thought it was always cool up in the Rocky Mountains. I guess not. Sandy Murphy says, hey, everyone. Hey, Sandy Murphy. Thanks for being a member of Club Downsized. Val Fitzwater, hello from Florida. Hello, Val. I've got an interview coming up with her. We do a series called The Downsized Dish every week where we interview people just like you. Maybe you're just starting out. Maybe you're in the middle of your journey. Maybe you're in maintenance. So we'd like to have conversations with everybody and see what they're doing and maybe learn something from them. So if you'd like to come on, send me an email to Laraine@thedownsized.org. You have to spell my name right or I won't get the email. Laraine@thedownsized.org. And I'll send you a link to our calendar and we'll get you set up. So I think tomorrow I have like 4 interviews
I think you
in
have
a row.
2 and I have 1.
Yeah. So
occasionally I do interviews with guys too. So if there's any guys out there that would like to have a conversation, we would love to do that as well.
Yeah, for sure. I was going to say something else about.
Hard to say.
So if you see people with the little downsized circle next to their name, that means they're members of our club Downsized. And all of our content is free, but if you'd like to support us a little further, you can click that join button and it tells you about our memberships to the Downsized. So it's just another way to support us and our channel and our quest to become full-time YouTubers. We're creeping up on 22,000 subscribers. And if you haven't already subscribed, just click that subscribe button.
You know, I think I got a new graphic
that
for
like
that.
button. It doesn't take you but a minute and it doesn't cost you anything. Oh, what's that? Did you make a new graphic?
Oh, it's trying. Doesn't seem like it's working.
Subscribed. I don't know. Anyway.
Oh, there it is. Okay, underwhelming.
Fascinating. Yeah, so please hit the like and subscribe. How many likes we got right now? 32. Only 32 likes. Y'all can just click the like button. Just do it right now. I'm going to drink some water while y'all do that. Okay, thanks. Thanks for hitting that like button. I saw you. Thanks. Okay, so what else is happening, Christopher?
Oh, bunch of people saying hello. We said hello to Donna, right? So
yes, Donna
let me get
Omaha.
to Donna. I know it is fascinating. Hold on, here we go.
And Jojo left the chat. Christian says hello, Christian. Sandy Murphy says hi. Hey, everyone. Hey, Sandy Murphy. Rudy J, OTP. Hello, all you early birds from another hot day. You've already put this one up, and I said I didn't know it was ever hot in Denver, Colorado.
Oh, you are correct. I apologize. You're going to have to fire that guy.
Anthony says hello, everyone. Maybe someday when we're, big time,
like other
we'll
people
have
and
like
there's
another. I can have like a staff. A staff like a producer or something like that. That would be cool. Hey,
I could
Mindy.
just get JoJo to use the iPad. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. We need to work on training JoJo. So hey, Donnell. Donnell's out on the West Coast. Maria Murphy. Hello from Biloxi, Mississippi. Hello, Maria Murphy. So, Donna Johnson, Laraine, the multi-cameras are just practice for when you land a gig on QVC. Is it this one? Is it that one? Is it? Buy this lovely iPhone. I don't know. That's silly. Okay, turn that. Stop doing that. I don't like it. All right. Yeah, for sure, Donna. So.
What were you going to say?
Well, today I didn't go work out today because I've been working out like every day for like the past 5 days in a row. And I decided I was going to take a day off today because what I thought I was going to get accomplished today? To finish our personal income tax. So I filed an extension in April, and we're real busy with our trade shows and stuff in May. So I was trying to wrap that up today, and I was adding up all of our pharmacy expenses, all of our CVS charges, Walgreens, Mochi, all of our, all of our stuff, and it was a lot. It was more than I even had calculated, that was even thinking about. So, make sure you keep good records of your prescription costs on this journey, because I think if your total healthcare is like more than 8% of your income, then you can take a deduction. I don't know. Ask your tax advisor about that. I'm just gathering our stuff to take it to the accountant. So I did our business taxes, and those are done. Now I have to do our personal one. So definitely keep good records of your pharmacy costs. Mindy M says, yes, Donna. Joanne Selling says, hello. Hello, Joanne. Anthony, y'all be yapping. Yep, that's what our daughters say. Y'all just be yapping up there in the office all night long. Y'all be yapping. Sandra Green says, love the video today about CVS Caremark. The different reimbursement rates was like a light bulb.
Well, so here's the thing about the different reimbursement rates. That is Joe speculating, and he's probably right, but we don't actually know if that's the case. They negotiate every drug. So now if I were Eli Lilly, I would, we don't know that that's the case. It might be. Joe knows a lot, so I'm not saying he's wrong, but.
So if you haven't watched that video today with Christopher, and is he a doctor, Dr. Joe?
He's a PA, physician's
assistant.
Mm-hmm.
So, you can go watch that and get his take on that.
Basically, if you've been following all the buzz around Zepbound, Wegovy, CVS Caremark, and the CVS Caremark cutting a deal with Novo Nordisk to only really cover Wegovy and kick all those Zepbound people off, Joe, who runs a clinic in, I won't say the right place, Massachusetts, Connecticut, somewhere up there, and has been able to figure out some workarounds that involve basically writing a prescription for Mounjaro, and Caremark is telling them to do it. So go watch it, because there's a lot of details there. And he gives tips that you can actually ask your doctor about, that they may be able to help them get stuff approved. Well beyond any of us lay people who are just going, please cover my medication.
Yeah, we have no insurance coverage for any form of weight loss medication, which is a bummer. Sandra Green says, oh, that's the same one. Yep. Anthony says, whoa, multicam. Wayne's World.
So you moved. So you're supposed to be a little further that way, so you're not in that camera. You're only supposed to be in this camera. So you're not supposed to be in that camera. You're supposed to be in this camera.
Woo. Okay. Oh, I hear JoJo crying. Someone's torturing JoJo downstairs.
That would be our child, I'm sure.
So anyway.
So if you have questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. Please put a QQQ or something like that in the front of it so we know it's a question. If you've had big wins, you've lost weight, you've started the medication, you're wearing a different size, whatever, any sort of non-scale victory as well, we're always happy to celebrate you and say good job.
Linda, send the thunder up this way. Send the rain up this way. Linda lives a little bit south of us, so you just send it on up.
It was supposed to be here already.
Yeah, it was supposed to be. Maybe it's coming this way. Rise spam. Hi, everyone. Just had a crazy person on YouTube comment on my post that I was crazy for recommending
GLP-1s.
A GLP-1 medicine. She claims it will rot your pancreas and cause blindness. Crazy lady.
Well, rot is a professional medical term, so.
If you have pancreatic cancer, there are, box warnings because it caused pancreatic cancer in rats. It's never caused it in a human. There's no case of it in a human. And the blindness thing, we did a story on like a year ago, and that was debunked also.
It's not debunked. There is it's like a 0.002, basically 2 basis points if you work in big business, difference, and it really goes up in diabetics, which have a higher instance of blindness anyway. It's called Nion. So yeah, Scott Miller says it's raining in South Charlotte.
Oh, all right.
So Scott is on the other side of Charlotte from us.
Well, near Linda. Mark Clem says, hello, everyone. I had a typo last night. I have lost 205, not 295. Oh, okay. Marina and I called today to book our cruise for next year. Yay!
Let me give Mark some
because you said 295, and then I think Barb said that's even more than me because Barb has lost 280, 285.
Something like that.
So but that's still, I mean, 205 pounds. That is just incredible, and congratulations. Mark and his wife Marina went on the cruise with us, and they're booking again for this year. So if you guys would like to come with us on our 2026 downsized cruise, you can go to our website at thedownsized.org, click on the cruise tab, and see all the information there and how to get in touch with our travel planner Kelly and Roberta.
That's in June of next year, so plenty of time. You could actually book it now.
June 24th
and
28th. Is that
really,
right?
you can go in and make payments on it. There's even no financing. You should log on and make whatever payment you want over the next year.
Yep. So I'm working on things to put in the swag bag, working on sponsors for the 2026 cruise. So I hope you'll check it out and maybe join us. All right. And Adriana Old says, ha ha ha, you two are so funny. Good to see you. Hello. Hello. Don't know what we're funny. Sharon Coriel. Hi, everyone. Hi, Sharon.
Thanks for being a member, Sharon.
Nature Girl, you are great at those cardio moves. Saw your shorts at the gym. Yeah, so the other day at the gym, I recorded like a bunch of videos. I was doing a cardio dance class, so I asked the instructor, I said, can I record some of these for my YouTube channel? So she's like, sure, because she also has a YouTube channel. And so we share them, and I think she's going to post them on her channel. The problem with doing that is the music. So if it's over a minute long, we figured out, YouTube doesn't like it if you're using someone else's copyrighted music, like Thunderstruck by AC/DC. So it gives you a warning, and then
if it's under a minute, if they have an agreement with whoever the artist is, the artist will just get whatever pennies were made off of it, basically. If it's over a minute and there's no agreement, they might just block the whole video. And if they block enough videos, they'll pull the channel.
Yeah. So I was trying to upload some things, and some of you might have seen me doing cardio dancing to Thunderstruck. And now it's deleted and gone forever. So sorry about that. And then I have a short on there where
I don't think it's up. I think it got blocked. I think they didn't.
I cut it to under a minute. I
think YouTube still didn't have the rights.
Anyway, I don't know how to do that without. I guess I could take the music out. But
that's less interesting.
That's kind of really boring. I've seen some creators that do cardio dance, like take the music out and then put like an approved track over top.
Well, YouTube has like approved tracks you could search.
Like other tracks you could get for free. I haven't figured that much of that out yet. So
look who this is.
Sandy Shore. Sandy. Okay, so Sandy's my friend from the gym. Sandy. Okay, stop doing that. Stop. Put it back. So Sandy does cardio dance with me at the gym. So for you guys she used to when Sabaka was the teacher, but now he's not the teacher anymore. So I'm trying to get Sandy to come for the new teacher. Did it just shift on its own?
Yeah.
Why is it doing that?
Because I made it be automatic.
I don't like it. So I was trying to get Sandy to. Can you please have it stop doing that? All right. So Sandy is. I don't even remember how old you are, Sandy. Are you 77? 76? Like, it doesn't compute in my brain because she's so like active, and she goes to the gym, and she does all these classes that I do at the gym. So she does the cardio dance too. So for the people who say, oh, I could never do it, I'm too old or whatever, you're not too old. It just takes practice, and find something you like to do, and that way you keep doing it. Right.
And Sandy, it's not the first one you've been at. You were actually live with when we did.
Well, Sandy was on the cruise ship when we did the
she's on too. So, and when we broadcast from the pool in Fort Lauderdale, she was sitting right next to us.
Broadcast from the pool?
Yeah,
Did we
after when we
broadcast
got
from
off
the
the
pool?
off the cruise ship.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
right. When we went to the other hotel after we got
Mhm.
off the ship, and Sandy was watching us do.
She was sitting right next to us. Yeah.
Sandy wants to learn all the trivia questions so that she can win the trivia contest on the Downsize Cruise 2026. So I said, well, Sandy, you have to watch all the videos. And she goes, well, all right, I guess I could watch 2 or 3 a week and I'll have to attend the lives. So she's working on it. Sandy Murphy, thank you for your super chat of $9.99. That's awesome. Thank you so much. I'm down 53 pounds and have between 15 and 20 more to go. Then on to maintenance. Woo woo. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Thank you. Jojo came back in. Jojo, you want to come say hi? Took Jojo to the vet yesterday. She was not happy. Esther Lee says 16 weeks, 25 pounds down. Awesome. At 10 milligrams now, and it seems to be the magic dose. I can finally fit into my larger sized skirts, so no need to wear the same 3 slacks to work, which I've been doing since January. Well, that's good. That's good. It's always hard to get those like in between sizes down, right? Or find stuff to fit. Because when you lose 20 pounds, 30 pounds, like all your current clothes, maybe they were tight before and now they fit, and then now they're loose, and then now they're falling off. And so but you still have more weight to lose. So you don't want to spend money on the in-between sizes. Christopher and I went to Goodwill and got some jeans. I got a lot of jeans at Goodwill. So did you. Yeah. You got a really nice men's jacket. It looked like
Brand
it
new,
had
still have the
never
tags
been
on it.
worn. Yeah. Still have the tags on it. So you never know what you're going to find.
$5.
Amazing.
It's a $700 jacket from the company.
Oh, did you look it up?
Oh,
Is that
yeah.
how much it was?
I would have never paid that for it, but for $5, yes,
Mhm.
please. Bev says, is neck pain a symptom of GLP-1?
I don't know, but I've had I don't know. I think my neck is just always in a knot. But no, I don't think so.
Muscle ache can absolutely be a symbol. But we're not doctors. So if it persists, I would definitely reach out to your doctor and have a conversation. Because
is it like a muscle pain or like a stabbing pain?
Yeah.
So if it's a stabbing pain, I would call your doctor. But I haven't heard people say neck pain as a symptom, but it wouldn't hurt to ask your doctor. Mary Beth Clark says, good news. May have access in local med spa weight loss program and be able to resume Tirzepatide. All right. Deb says, thanks for sharing the video today of your exercising class. It was awesome. Kudos to you, Laraine. Made me want to get up and move. Well, I'm glad it motivated you or made you want to. So sometimes just, getting motivated is half the battle, right? Marissa says, hi, everyone. Has anyone noticed any changes in the way some foods taste?
Oh, absolutely.
Let's talk about that for a minute.
That's one of the classic side effects. So there's a couple of things going on there. The first thing these medications begin to do in your brain is all of those receptors that fire when something is good, right? That adrenaline rush kind of thing don't fire as much. So when you eat ice cream and you're like, oh my, or brownies or whatever your thing is, it's just not going to fire as much. It can also dull the flavors, and for some people they actually have an aversion to some things. A lot of times coffee, alcohol, fatty foods.
Yeah.
You may also see that fresh foods taste better, a lot of people report. So all of a sudden produce tastes a little bit better. I think it's your body going, ooh, nutrients are good. I actually have had the effect that sweet things taste sweeter, so they'll become cloyingly sweet.
Yeah.
To the point of they almost make my mouth pucker.
Yeah, my theory on that is, so I love donuts, right? If you guys know me, you know I love donuts. So I would eat a donut and my brain would just be like, this is the best thing ever. It tastes so good. I want to eat some more. So I could eat 2 or 3 or whatever at a whole box of Krispy Kreme, whatever. So now I eat one and I don't get that jolt of, yay, it's so good, I got to keep eating it. I get I like this. It's tasty. And then about, a few bites in, I'm like, wow, this is really, really sweet. How did I eat so much of this before? Like, I'm eating, part of this, and I think I'm done with it. I don't really want to eat anymore. I feel like it might not sit well if I eat more. And so that's the medicine, like, just kind of cutting that off. And it's a really weird feeling at first when your favorite foods, you still like them. Like, I still like eating them.
Yeah, some people report they don't at all.
Well, people have reported that with like coffee. I was kind of like that with wine in the beginning. Like, I just could not drink it. So yeah, it's just kind of weird how that works, but it just kind of puts guardrails. I feel like it puts the guardrails on, right? The Mel B. Hey, Christopher and Laraine. Hey, friends. Hey, Mel B. What's happening? Rita says, hello, all. Hey, Rita. Thanks for being a member. Oh, somebody sent Becky Clark gifted one downsized gift membership.
Let's see here. All right.
See if you can put that up.
I can.
Yeah. Thanks, Becky Clark. And Becky Clark's a member, and she sent to someone at random one downsized membership. So if you see that in your maybe notifications,
yeah,
there at the
it'll
top,
alert you.
It'll tell you that you've become a member.
And I think that's basically a 1 month membership. So you can come try out our Club Downsize Live and play with some of the some of the emojis and fun things.
Yeah.
We don't have any control over who gets it. The YouTube gods randomly do that, so it just pushes it out. It is what it is there. Let's see, where was I?
Never know.
I know. Oh, no, here we are. Welcome to the live, Sandy Shore from It's Darium says, if you have a question, start it with QQ. Darium's one of our moderators. Thank you, Darium.
Thank you, Darium.
You can tell the moderators because they have little wrenches next to them.
I made Mark Clem a moderator on the Facebook group. So my Facebook group is the Downsized Adventure with Laraine and Christopher. If you'd like to go there, you have to answer a couple questions just to keep, the bots out. And then we'll let you in. Marissa, I used to be not a fan of chocolate. Now I love it. Oh, that kind of went the other way, didn't it? I guess that can happen too. Your tastes change.
Chocolate is a vegetable. I'm just saying.
All right.
It's a bean. Legume.
Fred Mann says, hello, everyone. Freddie. Hey, Freddie Mann. Becky Clark says, good evening. I am having dinner with you all. A big bowl of cooked veggies with a garden onion. Well, that sounds delightful, Becky. I hope there's some protein in there too. But garden veggies are always good. Everything's so fresh right now. Darium says, good evening, Durhams and Downsized community. Please make sure to like the live. How many likes do we have? 76. So, I guess that's okay, but you can click the like. Thanks.
All right. I got this one. QQQ, does Lilly own a patent for Tirzepatide? Another content creator says a company cannot own a patent of a peptide. They own a patent for Mounjaro and Zepbound. Thanks for the clarification. Not to be rude, but the other creator is just wrong. So what has happened is Tirzepatide and Semaglutide. So Semaglutide was created by Novo Nordisk. Tirzepatide was created by Eli Lilly, and they are based on an original peptide. So on an original GLP-1, like what your body naturally produces.
Exists in your body.
The challenge of what your body naturally produces is it has a half-life of 3 to 5 minutes at best, closer to 3 minutes. So it's gone very, very quickly.
Not last.
So what these companies have done is they have created a drug, and it is a drug that mimics a GLP-1. So they have added in other activations to extend that out to a 5-day half-life.
5 days.
So they have a patent, and you can go to the United States Patent and Trademark Office and look up their patent, and it's like 35 pages, and read all about it. They absolutely have a patent. What they have on Zepbound and Mounjaro is not a patent, that is a trademark. And a trademark is the protection of a name. So a name and a brand, like Coca-Cola as a name is protected. Nobody else can use that name. Zepbound and Mounjaro are the same way. So I've heard that a lot. People like say, oh, peptides can't be, they can. These are actually absolutely patented. Now, I'll tell you what's going on right now is the largest compounding pharmacy in the U.S., Empower, has filed a protest with the USPTO, the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, saying that Eli Lilly did not make a substantive enough change to the original naturally produced thing, and it should not be allowed to have a patent. So we'll see how that protest goes. I'd be shocked if protest. I'd be shocked if they get anywhere with it, honestly.
All right. So yeah, they do. And they can. Andriana Old says, oh, wow, that's good to know that it shows all of that probably on the scale.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought it was just to track your weight. Yeah, it shows a lot of numbers on that digital scale. Carrie says, hello, everyone. Love your seahorse shirt, LD. Oh, thanks. I got it in Amsterdam. So there's no, like, I took it on the cruise because I was going to wear it on the cruise, and I just never got it. I just never got to wear it. We're so busy, like, just doing active stuff. So, but thanks. Sandy Shore, my birthday is in a couple of weeks. I should have my weight on the scale the same. What?
The weight that the number that annoys you. What is that one?
Oh, the metabolic age.
So she'll change, and then her metabolic age will match her age. Is what she's saying.
Let me know, Sandy. I thought yours was like way off, like mine was. Carrie Long says, hola from Indiana. Laraine, received my Amazon Prime order today, which included some recommendations you made on your Get Ready With Me video. Oh, thanks. I've never been more excited to get ready. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you. Yeah, I did a Get Ready With Me video, and I just, talked about the products that I was using, and then I linked, I made a store page with all the things that I use in case you wanted to try them out. I did a second Get Ready With Me video.
Tell them about that.
I forgot to put the microphone on. So I was using Christopher's phone to record, and it had the transmitter on the phone plugged in, but I was supposed to take the little microphone out of the little box and put it on my little shirt. I didn't do that. So I'll just be yapping. I was just yapping away.
30 minutes of yapping.
I was having like the best time telling y'all all about like my old jazzercise stories, and like I can never like recreate because I don't even know what I was talking about, right? I don't even know what I was saying. And then I get like most of the way through, and then I'm like, oh no. The microphone. So I'll attempt another one. Christopher said, do you want to do another Get Ready With Me video today? I said, I'm in no mood for that. I'm doing the taxes. I can't do that right now.
So she brought it in, and she's like, can you fix this? I'm like, baby, there's no data. When you see the sound waves, it does this. There's nothing. She's very animated and looks like she's having a great time. But
having the best time. So I'll do another
There
one.
was nothing there. All right. Dr. Payne Nestor has become a member. Thank you, Dr. Payne Nestor. Now, Dr. Payne Nestor, I was watching your video. She has a channel. Go check out her videos. I would love to get you on for an interview. We're always excited to see both a doctor and a GLP-1 user. So you reach out, either one of us, Laraine at thedownsized.org or Christopher at thedownsized.org, and we'll get you scheduled for an interview. Cool. We got a couple of good doctor ones coming up too.
Mel B sent
a super chat.
Thanks, Mel B, for your super chat. For the person that mentioned the neck issue, super. This could be associated with menopause. May be worth a hormone panel. May fear near top of the shoulder trap. Yeah. Well, because like frozen shoulder can be related to menopause, right? A lot of people get that. It's like a stiffness or definitely worth getting checked out. I'm not a doctor. Mel B's not a doctor, but she's right. That could be associated if it's like right up here where I'm pressing and it's like. But I've been working on my pull-ups. Did you guys see me doing pull-ups? I'll have to do like a short because also they play music in the gym and can't go more than a minute. But thanks, Mel B, for your super chat. Yeah, I think mine is workout related. Ruby Poo says, QQQ, getting ready for TKR. What's that? And I
don't know what a TKR is. Help us out, Ruby Poo.
I'm going to have to go off my Zepbound prior. Must be some kind of surgery. So I'm wanting to move my injection day up. Any issues with taking my shot at day 6? I'll be on shot 6 this week. While I am not a doctor, I can tell you my personal experience. If I've moved it up a day or back a day, doesn't really
And
seem
the manufacturer recommendations say as long as you've got a 5-day gap in there,
yeah, as
you're
long as
fine.
you've got 5 days in between, should be fine. Woodkirky, hello. You won the swag bag last week. I got your picture. We should not in time to put it up on this, but maybe we'll do it next time. Hello, Downsized crew. Thanks for the swag bag. Got it today. My wife really liked the cat pin. Well, that's JoJo. We had little cat face little pins made, and we gave them out on the cruise. And we so that was in the swag bag that Woodkirky won last week.
Oh, Darian's telling you how to export the data.
Oh, yeah? Go to history. All right. One moment. Continue.
Continue.
Hit the what? At the what? What did it go back? Go to history. I ain't got no history. I'll have to look into that closer. Oh, I see. At the top, export data. All right, I'll have to look at that.
Terry says, hi, Christopher, Laraine, and JoJo.
Hey, Terry. Vicki Clark, love the video posted earlier, Chris and Joe's interview. Yep.
Well, so what had happened with that is I saw a couple of different doctors, Dr. Michael Albert and Joe, and I think Dr. Francavilla had posted about it, honestly, on LinkedIn, believe it or not. I have like 7,000 followers on LinkedIn, so I get lots of traffic there. I don't know Dr. Michael Albert very well. I know Francavilla, she and I reached out to both her and Joe answered me immediately. I was like, hey, Joe, do you want to film a video this morning? He's like, oh, yeah, let's do it. So we filmed it, and it was up within 30 minutes, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was one of those things of there was a lot of people out there making videos talking about what other doctors were doing. And I'm like, Joe's actually writing these prescriptions. He's doing this. He has access to the portals. He can see all of these things. So there is no point in me doing a story about what he could just tell you is the truth. So
yeah,
and he's a great guy.
Laraine, you kicked butt in your class. Amazing. Thanks, Sasha. Thanks, Sasha. Oh, something I wanted to mention that I saw on Facebook today. So I know that you guys have, if you watch the news or, around, you've probably seen the devastating floods that happened in Texas over the 4th of July. And of course, our hearts go out to those folks who some of them lost everything. And, some people lost their lives. Those little girls at the camp, it's completely heartbreaking. But I saw that Eli Lilly posted on Facebook, and they said, if you've lost your medication in the floods in Texas, we can help you. Go to our website and I guess fill out a form or whatever. So I reposted it on my personal Facebook page, and I think also our Club Downsized Facebook page. So if you're out there, if you're in Texas and were affected by those floods and had some loss of medication there, they might be able to replace them for you. So I thought that was nice.
Well, it should be said, because we give Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk,
a hard time,
a lot of time, and lower the prices, please. But that is a very compassionate and good thing to do. So we deeply appreciate that. Thank you very much for the whole community here, if we can be so bold.
Heal Thy Spirit podcast. Hi, listening in the car. Tia from Denver, Colorado. Do a live dance, Laraine.
So one of
to be without music.
One of the YouTubers that I watch is a cruise YouTuber, and the channel is called La Lido Loco. The guy's name is Tony.
Yeah, he's in Alaska right now.
He is in Alaska right now, yeah. But when he does his lives, he will routinely do a dance break in the middle. Yeah, so and he plays some generic music that he can get away with the copyright and kind of dances around. So it's pretty fun.
Isn't that fun? Okay. Yeah. Sasha, agree. Great video with Joe. I sent the link to my doctor. Oh, great. Okay. Michelle Frank, the CVS Caremark video today was great. Love when we have a medical professional on. Yeah, we're always looking for medical professionals. So if you are one or you know one, we would love to talk with you. Send us an email and we'll
medical professionals, nutritionists, workout folks, anybody who's experts at all of this stuff, molecular biologists, all of that. The hope is when we go in a few weeks to Washington to go to the Your Weight Matters conference, and we'll be doing the meetup the night before, we'll be able to make some good contacts and meet some more doctors and some more professionals that we can get on stage and hopefully do some interviews while we're there. So it would be good if you haven't already RSVP'd for the meetup. If you go to the downsized.org and it says meetups at the top, or if you scroll down, there's a place where it says meetups. It'll take you to both the RSVP for the Washington meetup, which, do you remember the dates on that, Laraine? I don't remember them.
No,
In a few weeks.
Go to our website.
And the Orlando meetup, which is in September. And then if you remember that site, there's more coming. So we've got some more details. So there will be a Chicago one and an Atlanta one for sure. And then we've got a few more, probably a Charlotte one. And
okay.
Don't tell her. Why are you trying to hit me?
Because you always hit me under the table when I say something you don't like.
Well, we're going to Vegas.
Angelina Craig says, your interview today about CVS Caremark was really good. Well, thanks, Angelina. Scott Miller, what's in Lorraine's water tonight? I don't even have ice because this cup is not my usual 40-ounce gigantic cup because they're all in the, I started to say washing machine. They're all in the dishwasher. So I have my little baby cup, my little baby Lily Pulitzer cup that came from Puerto Rico. Found this in the near the port in Puerto Rico in the TJ Maxx.
It was.
Anyway, just water. Thanks, Scott. Becky Clark said, I did have a doctor give me a compliment on 30 pounds down in a year.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yay.
Don't you hate it when you go into the doctor's office? Good job, Becky. When you go into the doctor's office and they don't even notice, that was my old doctor. She'd be like, you just need to diet and exercise. That's what you told me 6 months ago, and I've just lost 30 pounds with Weight Watchers. Can you prescribe me something now? No, you're doing great. Just keep going. So it's nice to have a doctor recognize your hard work.
Aussie Craig, good to hear that American users are now getting Mounjaro for weight loss. Well, Aussie Craig, America is a weird place, and we have Mounjaro and Zepbound are the exact same drug. And because of our weird insurance and trademark laws and marketing and all this stuff, basically Eli Lilly has cleared it with our Food and Drug Administration twice and named it two different things. So Zepbound for obesity and weight loss and a few other comorbidities, and Mounjaro is for type 2 diabetes. But it's the same drug. It comes out of the same factory, comes in the same pen. It's the same thing. It's just a weird vagary of our system.
Vagary.
And if you listen to the video today, the reason they're getting Mounjaro is because they're asking a doctor to write it off of outside of the normal approval process. So it's all weird, but we'll take, it doesn't matter.
In
what
Australia,
it's called.
they only have Mounjaro, right? And so everybody gets Mounjaro, type 2 diabetes, weight loss, whatever. It's all Mounjaro. Terry says, I'm in the process of talking to Kelly about booking the cruise too. Yay!
Kelly is our travel agent.
Kelly's our travel agent. So awesome. Yep. You can go to thedownsize.org and look at all that cruise info. I am booked and deposit paid. Yay, Michelle. K-Tips, when did your appetite return in a healthy way? I was hungry today. I still go all week with very low appetite and high satiety on little food. I do get my calories, but wondering when I might stop struggling to do so.
It's different for everybody. I think, I don't know exactly, maybe 30, 35 weeks, and I started getting a little bit more back.
Your body becomes used to the medication over time, and that's why you titrate up in dose, right? Because your body gets used to it. And if you're not having any side effects and your body's used to it and gets so used to it that then you stop losing weight, well, then that's the time to go up in dose. Of course, talk to your doctor. We're not doctors. So for me, over the course of me losing 50 pounds, I got up to the 12.5 milligram dose of Tirzepatide. And so when I hit my 50-pound loss and maintained that for a couple weeks, I started coming down in dose. And for me, I found when I came down in dose, I was still losing a little bit of weight, like a little bit, like a pound a month, like little bit, but still losing. And then it really wasn't till I got back down to like 7.55 to where I could really feel hunger at meal times. Like I want to feel hunger when it's appropriate. Like today, I don't know, I did eat breakfast. I had kashi cereal and high protein milk for breakfast. I had healthy choice big bowl, like the big high protein meal bowl for lunch. And that was it. And I was sitting at my desk eating, and it was about 3 o'clock. And I was like, I am hungry. Like, what is for dinner? Well, I hadn't eaten that much. I'd had about 2, 3, maybe 800 or 900 calories. And so I'm hungry for dinner. And that's what, when you said appetite return, like sometimes I'm just, if I haven't eaten enough, and right now I'm on a 7.5 milligram dose, I can feel hunger. Now, we sat down to eat, and we had breakfast for dinner. So we had some scrambled eggs and some bacon, and I ate not a lot, but then I was like, I'm full, I stopped eating. And it wasn't like just a little tiny bite, or, like at the beginning when I could only eat 5 bites. It was, a couple of scrambled eggs, a couple of pieces of bacon. Here's JoJo. And that was good. And I probably still honestly haven't eaten enough for today. So probably after this is over, like maybe I'll go look at my protein bars or something if I'm feeling it. You know what I mean? So anyway, but it's different for everybody. And Christopher has not come down in his dose. So do you feel yourself getting hungry?
No, but I can eat more.
You can eat more, but you don't feel hungry ever? You don't feel hungry for dinner,
No.
lunch?
But I mean, definitely after, I think ultimately that's the goal for maintenance, right? It's to get to a dose where you're just steadily eating the appropriate amount. Noise isn't overwhelming you, and you're just staying as level as possible with the understanding that your body's not constant. It's always going to go up and down a little bit. So don't freak out. Actually, I lost 3 pounds this morning because turns out I had to go to the bathroom, and there you go. It was all done with. I probably gained 3 pounds back today from it, but it doesn't matter because it's that kind of
every.
But yeah,
it's
weeks, right? And it will balance. You will get to a place where your body is adjusting and you're getting leveled out, and it's okay.
Wait, so during that news video last week where Laraine did the big yawn, thanks for bringing that up, Anthony, were you guys testing the multicam at the very end with the outtakes? I was wondering why Christopher made that face.
Maybe. I don't remember, honestly.
We did have them set up, but I don't think he had figured out how to use them yet. He edited the video. He didn't take out the yawn because I don't know why. I think you were yawning while you were editing the video.
Rewatch part of all of it, honestly.
I think that was last week when we had just come back from the cruise, and we were super tired. We wonder if we might have had a lot of people coming off the cruise kind of got sick, and I think we were just like exhausted.
Yeah.
You know what
I mean, the challenge of the news is that's the most complicated video of the week. So you see all that stuff going on. That's just, I have to sit there and watch everything and put the graphics in and move the images around. And the goal, honestly, for the multicam is to be able to eliminate me having to do so much. So because this is a system that eventually should be able to AI switch depending on which one of us is talking.
It's like a TV show.
Right. So if Lorraine's talking, you see the graphic and Laraine, not me. Right now, I'm physically doing it in edit, so moving the things around, and it takes a good bit of time.
Yeah. If you guys haven't watched that, like we have a teleprompter kind of thing, and so we put the news stories in, and so I read them, and I don't know. We had gotten toward the end. There was like 8 news stories. I'm not a big fan of the news anyway, but I don't mind reading the news. I think it's fine. People love the news, right, Mindy? People love the news. So but I just got to this really long story. I don't even remember what it was about. And it was just one big long sentence. And I was just like,
Well, it wasn't even a sentence. It was the name of the research report.
oh yeah, but it was like a 3-paragraph long name for this
She's
report.
like, why did you rewrite that? I'm like, that's the name of the research
this
report.
makes no sense. Like, I don't even understand what, and my brain just like shut off, and I yawned, and I thought, oh, you'll edit this out. You didn't edit it out. So Diane says, is it a good idea to continue to stockpile compound if possible?
Yes.
It's always a good idea, Diane.
So, I mean, the deal with
yes, it is.
The deal with compounding right now is, and this is where Laraine will yawn again. The 503Bs, after the FDA took both Semaglutide and Tirzepatide out of shortage, 503B, so the bigger pharmacies should not be allowed. They shouldn't be making it anymore. There may be 1 or 2 people out there that still have some in stock that they're working through, but I think it's pretty much all gone now. The 503As, which are those personalized pharmacies that are making something theoretically just for you, there's, I don't know, maybe a dozen of them, maybe 5 or 6 of them that are pretty reputable, and the rest of them pop up every day on the radio station and Facebook, are still making it and selling it because they believe, according to FDA regulations, they can do that as a personalized dose, as a personalized formula to meet your specific needs. There are lawsuits happening right now. There's, I think, 7 or 8 lawsuits happening right now against both telehealth companies and compounders. We had Lee Fitzen, the TikToker, who's an actual attorney, a few weeks ago, who basically said these lawsuits will drag out for a long time.
Years.
So is it going to go away today that we know of? No. However, we have seen some states take action against it. Which one was it? Utah, maybe? I don't remember.
Massachusetts?
Yeah, a couple of states have taken some action, sent out nasty grams, and we're still kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop with the FDA. So the FDA could decide to enforce against 503As and say the definition of personalization is X, and you meet it or you do not meet it. Because if you read the regulations, they're kind of fuzzy. They weren't really written for GLP. They didn't anticipate
the
these
size
drugs even
of this.
existing in the scale.
Yeah.
Of them.
So
we're still stocking up because I don't know what's going to happen.
I'm still, getting my compounded Tirzepatide from Mochi Health. I still use them. It goes through Empower Pharmacy, the largest compounding pharmacy in the world. And but yeah, I'm quick on that reorder. As soon as they let me reorder it, I'm reordering it. So and the bud dates, the best use by dates of those seem to be getting longer and longer, maybe 6 months out. So yeah, I would, if you can, I would, just to be on the safe side, because anything can happen with the compounding. It could go away. It doesn't look like it's going away anytime soon, but the possibility is there. K-Tip says, down 32 pounds, 18 weeks in. Thanks for everything. All Zepbound, 4 weeks, 2.5, 14 weeks at 5. All right. That's a lot of weeks at 5.
Yeah.
That's working well.
Let's see, there's 230 of you out there. Hello, everybody. My name is Christopher Durham, and who are you?
I'm Laraine Durham.
And we are The Downsized. If you haven't been here before, we talk about all things GLP-1s, health and weight loss. I've lost 100 pounds using Tirzepatide, Zepbound, and Mounjaro. And how about you, lovely bride?
I think today is 52 pounds down using compound Tirzepatide. So it works. It works. It works, and it works. So if people tell you that, it doesn't work or you're doing something wrong, well, just don't listen to them, or, tell them to go jump in a lake or whatever, because it works. And we've got a lot of people who agree with us. So I think as more and more people hear the message that obesity is a disease and it's not your fault, and there are now medications that are tools for the treatment of obesity. Now, these medicines aren't cures. You're not going to get to your goal weight and be cured and be able to go and eat whatever you want after that. No, that's not how this works. This is a long-term medication for the treatment of obesity. And, you still have to take your shot every week. That's the number one thing you have to do. But, you still have to eat your protein first and get some exercise in and drink your water and, keep in contact with your doctor. These are prescription medications. So we're very happy that, these medicines do work. We've seen people lose 50, 100, 200, almost close. The highest weight loss, I think, is 280.
Was that Mona and
the Sparb?
I thought Mona was up there too. I don't know.
And they work.
Hello, Mona, if you're out there.
These medications just work, and they give hope to people for whom nothing has worked in the past, or something worked for a minute and then they gained the weight back, or they had weight loss surgery and they gained the weight back. So it's just really great that people now have hope where they've always maybe before felt trapped or stuck in this larger body, because nobody wants to be, as far as I've ever seen, nobody wants to be, I don't want to say obese. I don't want to call someone that.
Nobody wakes up and says, gee, I want to be fat.
Nobody wakes up and say, I choose obesity today. No, nobody ever did that. It's not our fault. It's just the way our body works, because we have the disease of obesity. So
this is if you're new here, this is our weekly opportunity to talk to you guys. You can ask questions. We're not doctors, but if we can help in whatever way through our experiences or research, we're always happy. There's a lot of folks. So there's 229 of you out there. And so the community, usually there's somebody out there who might know the answer as well. So celebrate your wins. Yeah, we're just kind of hanging out for a couple hours and talking about GLP-1s and life in general. Let's see what this question says.
Sasha, anyone had any luck getting an appeal approved yet for Zepbound? Curious what feedback everyone is getting from their doctor. Have not heard a peep from mine since I sent my request to appeal a week ago.
So Sasha, I did an interview today with a physician's assistant who runs an obesity clinic in, I think, Massachusetts, but I could be wrong. My memory is going. His name is Joe. And Joe has had some success with it, and he talks about how he's had. I would go back and watch it because he gives a lot of details, and he walks through the approval process, even down to he's reading off of the screen what it says that the doctor has to fill in and how to fill it in.
Yeah.
Okay. So there are people having some luck with it. Believe it or not, there are some people who are actually getting approved for Mounjaro instead. So I would go back and take the look. I could recount that, but honestly, he's a professional at it, and he's going to give you all that detail. It's the only video today. So. And
it might not be a bad idea to print some stuff out and take it to your doctor. Maybe show them maybe what's worked for other people, because I know Christopher's doctor said he was so busy with approvals and prescriptions he had to hire more people just to manage the process. Hey Dennis, it's Dennis. Hi everyone. Dennis was on the cruise with us. Sharon says, well, it's a slow slog and I'm old, but I finally lost 25 pounds on 10 milligrams of Zepbound since the middle of February. All right, Sharon,
hold on.
We clap for you. Slow is good, right? Slow is the new fast.
And how old is old? Because I'll tell you what, we have people leave comments all the time. And I think the oldest one I have seen was 92.
Ooh, that's
and we
old.
get 60s, 70s, 80s
all the time. Yeah.
Out there.
Yeah. And, when I'm 80, am I going to be worried about my weight? Probably. I mean, I have been from ages 10 through 56. So I'm sure ages 56 through 86, I'll also be concerned. But you're kind of like, wow, really? And it's great, right? It works for everybody. Some people, it works a little slower than others, but it still works. So that's good. Mindy M, I just got confirmation from Shin that he wants to go on the cruise. Yay, Shin. I'll reach out to Kelly tomorrow. Yay. All right. Now Shin has to take his sunscreen, his long sleeve shirts, his hats.
Shin has a sun allergy.
He's allergic to the sun. We're snorkeling.
But I've never actually seen it in person.
Oh, poor guy.
He was rash, itchy.
Poor guy. He took a Benadryl before we went on snorkeling, and he didn't have a hat. Mindy said she told him to wear the hat. He didn't want to wear the hat.
He's a good husband. No, I
He
appreciate,
got
you.
itchy. He was so itchy. I felt so bad for him. And he's like, I told him what to do, and he didn't do it.
Empowered Wellness by Teddy D. Hello, Empowered Wellness by Teddy D.
Hey, Teddy D.
Is that a YouTube channel? I'll have to check you out, Teddy D.
Nice to see you here.
Let's see here. Everybody's saying hello to Teddy D.
Hello, Teddy D. Here comes a big yawn. Donna Johnson.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. You make the 70s look great. When is your birthday? Is it, I guess, well, I'll see you tomorrow at the gym probably. Or you don't go on Thursday. Maybe on Friday I'll see you. Woohoo, Mindy. Dennis says, all of us love to cook. Should do one of the ship excursions for cooking next year.
Sure.
All right.
We can do that.
Yeah, we'll send Christopher over on that. Gwen says down 33 pounds, lost 2.2 on vacation this past week. Never lost on vacation ever. I saw your post on Facebook, Gwen. Congratulations on that. That's great. Isn't that like so wild to be able to lose weight on vacation? Like so weird. So great. Congratulations. Mary says, I'm not going to. Oh, I just got confused when I saw that last name.
Marsh, probably.
Hey, Marcy. Good afternoon. I have a question. I've been fighting with my insurance to be approved for the GLP-1 medications. Yeah, some of them just don't cover it. So you have to figure out if you have any coverage for weight loss medications and what their process is. So you're fighting with them. I guess you've probably called and looked it up and done all that. Our insurance covers no weight loss medications. So that's why I went the compounded route. I don't have much to say on that.
I'll say, so if you didn't watch the show today with Joe, because Joe is a specialist at obesity, that's all their clinic does. He has a lot of insight there, and we talked about a lot of local doctors, your standard family physician they're not experts at this. So the intricacies and the difficulty of navigating this drug is a lot. So unless they're really committed to learning how to do it, a lot of them throw their hands up and they're like, sorry, you didn't get approved. Oh, well, it is what it is.
Yeah. Here's some metformin.
Yeah. So if you get to that point and you're frustrated and your insurance theoretically does cover it, you might want to look at looking for an obesity certified doctor. We have a link on our website on the resources page. The website's thedownsized.org. It's the resources page. It goes to a nonprofit that tracks all of the obesity certified doctors, and you can type in your zip code and look for someone in your area. The advantage there is this is all they do. So they're specialists at making sure that you have the best treatment for your obesity and that you can get, if it's possible, they'll help you get covered. So there's nothing easy about this. It shouldn't be this hard to get treated, but it is.
Yeah. Anthony, sometimes I miss the dopamine high from junk food. Me too. I really kind of do. And sometimes I just kind of randomly, maybe I'm bored or I'm tired or I'm, happy or sad or whatever. And I want like a lift from this food and I don't get it anymore. It still tastes good, but it just doesn't, I gotta find other ways, right? Dr. Payne Nestor says muscle ache and weakness with muscle loss. So yes.
I think that's the neck question that Dr. Payne is referring to. I do believe
Linda Dorman, it'll be 4 weeks on Friday, down 14 pounds. Linda, you look so familiar to me. Do you live in North Carolina? I think maybe you just started. I think maybe you've been watching for a while, but maybe you just started 4 weeks ago. Well, that's great. Congratulations. You're beating those average numbers. So that's awesome. Empowered Wellness by Teddy D. Is it just me? I've been getting great suppression for day 1 through 3, and then day 4, it seems to go away, and then returns really strong day 5 and 6. I've never heard anyone say that. Now, great suppression days 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, sure. But then usually after when you hit day 5, you get that half-life of the medicine is gone, and days 5, 6, 7 can usually be less. Like you might get more hungry.
But all of our bodies are different. So the question I would ask is, how long have you been on the medication, and what dose are you on? Because it takes about 28 days on each dose to really get adjusted to the dose. So really 4 doses. So there might be your body's just hasn't fully gotten adjusted to it as well. Let's see here.
But if it goes away and then it for one day and then returns strong,
I
like
don't know. That's unusual.
I mean, that's good. Maybe you can just plan for it. Oh, very. Yeah, your body is getting used to the meds and can change over time. That's funny how you guys just said the same thing.
Great minds think alike.
Yep, Darian, thanks. Marcy says some other aspects of getting the GLP-1. I've looked into Roe and some other ones. Not sure what to do. Can you maybe point me in the way I should try? I'm on disability and limited on funds. Can I tell her?
So here's what I would tell you. There's a number of good telehealth companies out there. We have gotten our medication from Mochi over the last few months. Roe is also a good one.
For the last year and a half.
Fridays is a good one. Orderly is a good one. And people will throw in their favorites. But there's ones out there. Basically, the vast majority of them are getting them from a small list of compounding pharmacies that all do good product. So, you know, if you get to a stopping point with your doctor, which it sounds like you might, compounding is certainly an option. Now, understanding that there's a lot going on and at some point it could go away, but today it doesn't look like it's going to.
Yeah. So go to Mochi Health and email me. I'll send you my code for $40 off. I'd be happy to help you. Christian, with all these new medications coming soon, have you guys put any thought in changing, or do you plan on sticking to Tirzepatide? I know it's still soon and cost is a big factor. Okay, so my whole thought on the, I'm on compounded Tirzepatide. My whole thought was if we could just hold on, if we could just keep compounding going until 2026, or Forglipron is going to come out in 2026. It looks like it's going to. From Eli Lilly. It is a oral pill, and I think you take it once a day. Mm-hmm. And it's said to have a similar weight loss effect as the injectables. So, and
somewhere between Wegovy and
doesn't have to be refrigerated, doesn't have to have the fancy injector pen that is hard to manufacture and maybe costs more to manufacture. So our hope is maybe it'll come out and maybe it'll be cheaper, or maybe it'll cause some of these other medications to become cheaper. So I'd be, if it was at a price point that was affordable, I'd be up for trying it. Now I'm in maintenance. I've been in maintenance for a year. So I could, I figure I could try it. If I don't like it, I could always go back to Tirzepatide. So that's kind of my thought process.
So to make it a little simpler, I'm not loyal to any drug or any company. What I want is for us to be able to maintain our health, so that when we look across the landscape of the next 5 to 10 years, and there's 600 drugs in development.
There's a lot in development right now.
GIPs, glucagons, amylins, all kinds of things. To be quite frank, I don't really care which one of those drugs it is. I believe Tirzepatide, 2 years from now, probably we'll look back at Tirzepatide and Semaglutide and go, oh, well, those are second generation. Nobody wants those anymore. And whatever
Can you imagine?
The different thing, it'll be different. I have no loyalty to it. I believe the company who comes out with an oral that does not have to be injected or refrigerated at a great price, even if it's a little less effective, is going to change the world.
Yeah.
It's not to say that the retatrutides and those things aren't going to be fabulous drugs, but not everybody needs those. And when we look across 75% of America, sure there's a quarter of those top end that really need a super high effective drug, but the vast majority of people are not in that space. You've got all these overweight people that are 30 to 50 pounds overweight that could use help. You've got people in maintenance that could use help. The people who do this in an oral at a great price are going to win, and they're going to change the world. And I don't care which company it comes from, honestly. Don't care what drug it is.
No, we're definitely open to it. Definitely open to it. Lily says, started 15 milligrams, 20 pounds down. Did the elliptical yesterday, and I just felt lighter. Very motivating. Good job, Lily. All right, so you're on that top dose. Some people just don't really get going until they get to the higher doses. So just keep taking your shot. You're doing a great job. Ida Marie says, hi all, it's shot day. 75 pounds down. Woo woo. Second shot of 10 milligram Tirzepatide compound was on Zepbound through clinical trial. 48 weeks. But that ended. I talked to my doctor and I'm continuing meds, feeling great. Okay, awesome. I saw talking about a clinical trial.
But here's your chance to say, hey, what should happen? Ida Marie should come on and do an interview.
Yes, absolutely.
Because I'd love
to ask you questions about the clinical trial. So Ida, send me an email and let's get that on the calendar. But I saw a reel that Dr. Nadolsky posted today that was talking about in the Sturmount study. First, they did lifestyle intervention. So they just modified, I guess, the patient's diet for 12 weeks. And then they started them on a GLP-1 medication. So, that's something we don't really talk about a lot, are these maybe lifestyle modifications that might be able to help you on your GLP-1 journey. A lot of times we just say, well, just take the shot.
We talk about them all the time. Called eating differently. It's called you showing your exercise. All those things are lifestyle. Those are what they did.
I've always exercised my entire life.
But when they say lifestyle modifications, it's how are you eating? How are you moving? It's the things that we talk about.
Well, really, in my mind, it's the food, right? Because it always comes back to the food. I could never exercise enough to keep the weight off, right? I could run 5 miles and then go eat a cheeseburger, and that would just cancel that out. So, it's really about the food. So what changes in your diet are you making? Are you continuing to make? Even when you get to a level through this journey where you can eat a little bit more, what things are you working back in? Are you eating more whole foods? Are you cooking more at home? Are you, making those kind of lifestyle changes? I was watching Barb's daughter, Megan. She has a new YouTube channel. Forget what the name of it is. Probably if you put
Megan with an H.
Megan with an H into YouTube, but she'll come up. And she was really talking about how she never ate at home. She would cook for her kids, and then she'd go hit the drive-through on her way to run errands after the kids went to bed, or her husband put them to bed or whatever. So now she's cooking more at home, making better food choices, making more healthy choices, less drive-through, less processed foods. I don't know. I just, it's important to talk about that here and there.
We do all the time.
Mindy,
forgot
that little wrench. Yep. If you got the little wrench next to your name, we've made you a moderator. So I think we got Mindy, we got Darian, we got Barb. I think that's all on this channel.
There might be another one or two.
Douglas says, at Marcy, I used Row for my first 2 months, but I transitioned to using Call on Doc. Never heard of them. They have a compassionate care program. That's good. So their GLP-1 prescriptions are free. Interesting. Row has a good program, but it's spendy. So maybe they're more, pay as you can kind of thing. Interesting. We'll have to look into that. Jojo says, take a sip of water. Meow. Okay.
They also have a patent on the. Yes, they do have a patent. But the thing about the pen injectors is there's 1,000 versions of that pen injector.
It's not rocket science.
Yeah, so they don't look at that. They all look a little bit different, but the idea of the pen injector exists across a lot of medications and a lot of companies. So,
but they do. Yes, you're right. They do. They do.
Let's see here.
Fascinating content. Ida Marie, thank you, everyone. Definitely couldn't have done it without this community. Thank you, Christopher and Laraine. You're welcome. Kirsten's memories. Taking my shot right now. I said, let's do my favorite YouTubers. Yay, Kirsten. How's your kitties doing? Her kitties went to the vet. Jojo went to the vet. Oh, Jojo, look at Jojo sleeping over there. It's so cute when she sleeps with her paw like over her face. Like, really, y'all don't bother me. I'm just going to try to quietly sleep over here. I demonstrated it.
You're very cute. Yeah.
I look just like Jojo.
Dr. Payne Nestor is a brand new member. Thank you very much, Dr. Payne Nestor. My metabolic age was 7 years off as an older, now 1 year younger than my real age.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Darn metabolic age is never going to be right for me. I don't know why it wants to tell me I'm a year older than I am.
Sandy says it's what Christopher said. Going back to her comment earlier.
About what?
Metabolic age. Is someone working on a GLP-1 that has a 1 month half-life? I'd love to do just do the shot once a month. There are a few companies that are working on a once a month shot.
Yeah.
I know that they're in research right now, maybe phase 1 or phase 2.
They're not in trials yet, are they?
Yeah, there's a couple of trials. Yeah, and there's some people who have, and as you said, they're taking shots once a month. I think it really gets down to maintenance, and some people just react really well to these drugs. The 1 month drugs that are being tested, I don't know. It gets down to if they can balance out the side effects on the drug, it might be a good way to do it. But if you had a dose that really hit you, man, I don't know that I'd want it for a month.
You just have to work through that for a couple weeks. Yeah, that might be.
But I think
that's an issue.
I think you're going to see daily injectable, we've already had daily injectable, weekly injectable, monthly injectables, orals. There's a couple that are working on the kind of embeddable, like a birth control,
like a Norplant or something like that.
Yeah, implant kind of thing. There's a lot of different people trying to figure this out.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I could do like a very small dose and it lasted a month, I'd try it. Freddie Mann says, one day when I get the nerve up, I would love to come on for an interview. I've lost a lot from 277 and now 127.8. Wow. I had gastric bypass, did no sugar, finally lost my last 55 pounds on Tirzepatide. Wow. That's, would you lose 150 pounds there? That's quite impressive. Good job. And, you know, it's interesting that you did gastric bypass and lost weight, and then you were able to get on Tirzepatide and then get that last bit off. So you kind of got the best of both worlds there.
Yeah, that's and yeah, come on, the interviews are super easy. It's just like doing this. It's just like so. One of us or both of us, depending on, sometimes we do both. We'll chat with you. It's super easy, and the community is very receptive and kind. And they'll give you a lot of great feedback. So there's nothing to fear. Dr. Payne Nestor says the best conversations we have alone. Ha ha. Okay, I'm going to schedule. I think you're in South Florida too, aren't you? I was watching some of the videos on your channel, which means you should come on the cruise.
Oh, you're right there. Yep. We're cruising out of Miami this time.
You know, I have this idea for the cruise to make it the like super cruise and get like 5 or 10 really good creators and stuff and do some panels and stuff. She doesn't like that, but I do.
No, it's
I'm like, the more the merrier.
I don't want to sit in a dark conference room for 4 days while I'm at sea. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be able to do things on the cruise too, other than just sit in the conference room talking to people.
Because the different creators have different things. So maybe you could do like Taisha could lead a workout class.
Well, and we said that last time. It just we just didn't have.
We'll figure it out.
We didn't have enough time. We needed a longer cruise, right?
Yeah,
so we'll figure it out. It's Darren. There are some exciting medications in development. Yes, there are. Yeah. Next couple of years, it's going to just bust wide open. Let's hope they're cheap. Yeah. Tell me about it, Anthony. Did you just tell me? Did you just hear me talking about how I was doing my taxes, adding up all those?
Yeah. So if you saw the news this week, I reported on Novo Nordisk after they had done their $199 special one-time deal for people switching over from compounded on Wegovy, then sent out text messages to a bunch of people. One of our viewers sent me the text messages, said, "Oh, wait a second, the second month you can do it at $299." we're starting, the price is going to come down. I think Novo Nordisk is going to have to get down to that $200 mark here in the next 6 months. And although Wegovy is not as effective as Tirzepatide, if it's
still effective.
$200 versus if it's less than half the price,
Yeah.
it's not less than half effective. And
Right.
the vast majority of the people out there still have not entered this market.
Yeah.
There's less than 12% across the board. So there's a lot of people that will walk into
12% of what?
of people that are eligible taking the medications.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of people that will walk into their doctor and the doctor would go, well, I can give you this one. It's, if you have no insurance, it's $200, or I can give you this one that's $499.
I'm going to take the cheaper one.
Yeah. Why not try the...
Although I did go straight.
And what I think that'll do
Tirzepatide.
is put pressure on Lilly to maintain market share and growth. And they're going to have to lower the price as well. Now, people tell me I'm crazy. Happens all the time. Ruby Poo says TKR is total knee replacement.
Oh, ouchie. Yeah, that's, my friend had those, and that's where you had that. She had like a machine, and her knee was packed in ice, and the machine like moved her knee constantly for a couple hours a day. Yeah, that's neat. Jazzy, Laraine, that workout video was fire. Great job. Oh, thanks, Jazzy. I'm glad. Oh, here comes JoJo. Thanks, Jazzy. I'll try to figure out how to do some more of those. Patina Ganther says, hello to you both. I live in Texas, and I'm praying for all the families. Us too. You know, we had that Hurricane Helene that came through the mountains of Western North Carolina, and it was devastating. And I just, it's horrific, right? It's just, you don't ever think that something like that could happen, where your house would wash away, or your RV would wash, your camp that you send your kids. Like, for goodness sake, it's crazy.
So there's 243 of you out there. Hello, everybody. This is The Downsize. It's great to have you here if you're new. If you haven't already, take a moment and hit the like and subscribe. We've got 151 likes, and we're well on our way. I think we're about 70 away from 22,000, on our way to 3 million. I don't know why
JoJo.
3 million, just making up numbers.
This is our cat, JoJo. I like to call her JoJo Cornelius. I don't know where Cornelius came from, but that's her middle name in case it ever comes up on a quiz. JoJo Cornelius.
Barbara says, I was telling my daughter and sister-in-law about food noise and how since starting Ozempic it had disappeared. They were amazed. It was like living in the same world but hearing different voices. Absolutely.
Or hearing no noise. No noises. Yeah, I didn't realize I had food noise, because when we started back in September of 2023, like, nobody really, that wasn't like a word I had really heard before. But when it turned off, it was like, oh, no, I'm not taking an inventory of my pantry in my brain while I'm sitting here working on this work spreadsheet. Like, it was just the weirdest thing. But yeah, and it's hard to describe to skinny people. Like, skinny people don't have food noise.
I think they do sometimes. Lily says, QQQ, my Caremark portal shows Zepbound is still on the preventive drug list. Could this mean my company has a custom formulary? My PA shows active. It could be. It could be also their contract date is different. I know I saw somebody had sent us a note today that theirs was extended to October, I think. So every company can negotiate those things, and whoever you work for does the policies. A good portion of them, I think it's 70 or 80%, accept the standard formulary, but larger companies also often do custom formularies and say, well, we want this, but we don't want that.
Yeah.
And it's completely up to the company.
If they're big enough, they can do what they want, I guess.
We're a small business and buy our insurance out of the marketplace. And in the state of North Carolina, there were no options available that would cover GLP-1s at all. So it wasn't even in the cards.
Oh, do you have that America's Favorite Couple thing?
I do not.
Oh. Never mind.
You told me I could.
Well, yeah.
Dr. Payne Nestor says she plays one on TV. Doctor. DJ Pugwash says, hi guys, watching from London. And even though GLP-1s are available only privately, you have always have great advice. You guys are able to get it over there pretty inexpensively, though, compared to what we've got. So thanks for joining us in London. We've got quite a few British viewers, and if you go through the Downsized Dish, we've interviewed quite a few folks, even a couple of guys from England.
Mm-hmm.
DJ Pugwash says it's 12:49 a.m. here.
Oh, it's past my bedtime.
So earlier in the year, we were in Amsterdam, which is 6 hours ahead, I think, and ended up doing live streams in the middle of the morning, and people were like, "Where'd you come from that early?" I'm like, "Well, it's 6 hours ahead."
Just talking to Kelly and reserved a cruise cabin. Yay, Terry! If you want to come on a cruise with us, we love to cruise. We just got off a cruise in June with 50 of our favorite downsized viewers. So if you'd like to come on the 2026 downsized cruise, go to our webpage at thedownsized.org, click on cruise, and you can learn all about it. It's a 4-day cruise out of Miami on Royal Caribbean's Freedom of the Seas. So check it out. Esther says, it's shocking to see differing reactions when I tell people that I take Zepbound. One friend wishes me well, but would never, while another friend wants to know more. Yep, everybody wants to know. Everybody's curious, right? Everybody's curious about
People who protest too much have already been looking into it, I'm telling you.
Well, I've told obviously all y'all about it, but person to person, I've told a lot of people at the gym. My friend Sandy, was on earlier.
She tells everyone.
I tell everyone
at the grocery store.
Everyone.
Doesn't matter, everyone.
And Christopher, he's like, do you have to tell everybody you meet about GLP-1s? I'm like, yes, I do, because maybe they don't know about them, and they're the greatest thing ever. And if you have obesity, if you have the disease of obesity, you need to know about these medications because there's help, right? We didn't choose this.
Sometimes I just want to be the normal sized person in the room, not the fat guy who lost 100 pounds.
Well, you know what? People look at you and they'd never know that you weighed 100 pounds more. We're talking about this on the cruise with some people. You walk around in life now and nobody's going to say, oh, look at this skinny guy. I bet he used to weigh 100 pounds more. No one cares, right?
Well, the comedian did.
What, the comedian on the ship?
Yes.
What was their joke about the whole thing? Her one joke?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. But, I think that if you tell somebody about these GLP-1 medications and it helps them lose weight, get rid of sleep apnea, help with cardiac disease, it just does so many great things for you. Like you might be saving somebody's life by telling them about these medications. So why wouldn't you? Anyway, that's my
DJ Pugwash. I'm 6 weeks in on Mounjaro and I've lost 25 kilograms so far. You're from Brittany. You didn't give me stone? Come on.
2.2 pounds per kilogram. So that's over 50 pounds. That's a lot. In 6 weeks? Did I do that math right? Is that math thing? Or was I supposed to divide by 2? I'm not sure. But anyway, either way, it sounds like a lot. Thanks, DJ. Kirsten's Memories. Jojo said that everyone should hit the like button. Yes. Thanks, Jojo, for the reminder. Tell them to hit the like button. Jojo says, what's a like button? And where do I get it? So yeah, please hit the like and subscribe to our channel. Do you count calories or macros? I do not count either of those.
You say that, but it's not really true.
I mean,
you are aware.
I'm aware of what I'm eating.
So when she says counting, what she means is she is not tracking it, writing it down, or putting it in an app like Weight Watchers made her do and made her feel bad about it. She knows everything that goes into her body and what the calorie count is.
Yeah, I mean, I do try to keep tabs on my protein, so that's like my number one focus. I tried to get between 80 and 100 grams of protein a day. Thinking about what I ate today, I really came up a little short on maybe some calcium or maybe some vegetables. I'm always short on vegetables. It's hard for me to get
well, you have
enough.
To buy them.
I need to go to the grocery store. Can somebody just bring me some groceries, please? I guess I could do the Instacart.
I've been working through frozen peas and frozen corn this week, so which are fine.
It's a hard knock life out here in the suburbs in North Carolina. We don't. I never counted macros because that just seemed like torture after doing points for years on Weight Watchers, and I was traumatized by Weight Watchers counting and tracking for years and losing a pound, gaining a pound, losing. It was like it never made any difference. It never made any sense. So now I just find that I just don't want to eat as much on these GLP-1 medications. I have to make sure I'm eating enough. Like I have to keep that in mind. Like I have to remember to eat breakfast because sometimes I forget, which is weird. But no, I don't write anything down. I keep kind of a track of it.
She knows it. Don't let her fool you. She knows exactly.
I don't know exactly.
But to give you the general philosophy, we want to stay in a calorie deficit, but eat enough that we're getting all of the nutrients. You don't want to starve yourself. So if you haven't done the TDE calculator or one of those, check out how many calories you should be eating and what you need to lose weight. Talk to your doctor. We don't count macros. If that works for you, that's fine. But really what we do is focus first on fresh food. Doesn't mean we're perfect at it.
I've eaten no fresh food today. That's
simply not true.
I mean, cereal's not fresh food. Kashi cereal.
I didn't eat any kashi. But focus first on fresh food.
That should be a focus.
Meats, proteins, real things for your body to digest, then vegetables and fruits. You want all the vitamins and the minerals and the fiber and all those things come with it. If you've gotten through those two things, then you can add in carbs and fats, and it's okay. But odds are a lot of your calories have been taken up by the first two things. And on these medications, you only get so many bites. Yeah, because you're going to be full. You're just going to be done.
You just need to eat your protein first. And carbs were never the problem, right? It was the amount of food we were eating or that I was eating was the problem. So I need carbs for energy. I work out. I'm do active stuff, so I need my carbs, or else I'm like falling asleep on the floor. So anyway, that's the story we're sticking to. Christopher, thanks for keeping up with all the GLP-1 news and facts. It's impressive. You can answer a lot of questions on the fly. Oh, Scott, you've been here. You've seen what we've been doing these past months. We appreciate you. You're down to earth and quick answers. I think I got that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we really are doing this full time now. So we're doing this all day long.
Doesn't mean we're not still doing our real job.
We're also doing our real job. Well, this is a slow time of year for the real job. We've kind of, that'll pick up again in like November, December. So right now we're kind of at a good point where we can really do a lot with GLP-1. So we do news, we're researching, we're interviewing people, we're interviewing doctors,
it's all kinds of craziness.
It's a full-time event right now. Judge, you put that up there, and we had this conversation. Wayne Whitmer, hey, hi, it's Darium, Scott Miller, Michelle Frank, where you been, Wayne Whitmer? Where have you been?
Did he schedule an interview? Did you schedule an interview? I want to say Wayne might have scheduled an interview.
He might have. I've got a lot scheduled right now, so but I'd love to have some more. So send me an email if you want to do an interview. Got a long way to go, but for the first time in my life, I think this will work. DJ, if you've lost weight on it and you told me you lost 25 kilograms, it's working for you, right? It will keep working for you. Keep taking your shot and eat your protein first. You've got it. You've got this. You're doing it. So just keep going. Anthony, don't worry, Laraine. The yawn was iconic and relatable. Yeah, I yawned on one of our news shows a couple weeks ago. And anyway, Terry says, I watched Tony of La Lita Loca 2. Love the dance break. Yeah, they're cruising into Alaska and he's showing the view and it's just so pretty. And I thought you couldn't go. Is now the time for Alaska? You go to Alaska in the summer?
Tony had actually started GLP-1s for a little while. I don't think he stayed on them though.
I need to go on a cruise to Alaska. Yeah, he's got some great cruise content, and we love cruising, so we try to work it all in. DJ says I've had a gastric band, every diet ever and never worked. Yep, me too, DJ.
DJ, you should come on and do an interview.
DJ,
I love the beginning ones because there's a lot of, and it sounds like you've got the whole history kind of thing.
Currently 191 kilograms at age 57, so it's all positive. Yeah, no, I've talked to so many people, right? And myself included, we've done every diet. I've talked to so many people that have had gastric band, gastric sleeve, gastric bypass. And, it worked for a time, but, their appetite came back. They, their brain drove them to keep eating all the time. So it's not our fault. It's the disease. We have the disease of obesity. So just keep going, keep taking that shot. In the kitchen with Karen. All
That
right.
sounds like a YouTube channel.
Someone's in the kitchen with Karen.
I knew you were going there.
What is that song?
I think someone's in the kitchen with Dinah.
Dinah, yeah. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Just started my 17th week on Tirzepatide and hit a 40-pound down loss. Well, that's some good progress there, Karen. And what are you cooking in the kitchen, Karen? I hope it's something good. Well, congratulations. That's great. It's nice to see you here. Welcome to the channel. Terry says, I've registered to meet you guys in DC. How do I get informed of the location? It's top super secret. You'll get an email.
We'll email about
about a week before.
Yeah,
because we're not exactly sure yet. We think we know, but we just want to,
it depends on how many people we have coming, honestly. So
Yeah.
we may adjust if we have a lot.
Jojo says, "Can I come too?" No, Jojo, you stay home.
No, Jess, here's Jojo. Hold on here. Jojo.
Jojo. So at the vet yesterday, the vet said, "Oh, Jojo has gained a pound since Jojo's last visit." Jojo is 4 years old, and she went from 10 pounds to 11 pounds. So I'm like, am I making my cat fat? Am I feeding my cat too much? So I said, well, am I doing something wrong? And I have been giving her like probably too much wet food, and she really likes the wet food. And I think maybe that has been the problem. But she's a very active cat. She goes outside during the day, so occasionally she will, bring a bird or a bunny rabbit, to the door as, look, Mom, what I got. So
Roche says, I'm here, begin.
I'm here, begin. And now we can start. Welcome to the Downsize. I'm Laraine Durham. I've lost over 50 pounds on Tirzepatide, and you can too. Here's Christopher Durham. Roche, he's got these cameras. It's giving me a headache, quite honestly, but we're fancy now. We're fancy, y'all. Okay. Rosa says, I stockpiled a few months and then titrated up from 6.375, I'm very precise, to 8.5, but now confused on dosage. Yeah. So, all right. So you have to look at your bottle, your vial, or the box that it came in with that. Sometimes it has a sticker that says, pull this many units out to get to this dose. So this vial, if you have a 6.375 vial, it'll say pull out X number of units to equal a 6.35 milligram dose. Okay, so if those two numbers equal each other, well, what is X number of milligrams, or what is 10 milligrams equal in units? You have to kind of do some math problems there. Call your pharmacy, call your doctor. It's a math problem that you have to figure out, and it's very confusing to try to explain this on the air, but it is figure outable, and you don't want to waste anything, right? You don't want anything to go old or expire. So Christopher figures it out with fractions. I figure it out like
she somehow uses algebra.
I use an algebra equation. If X equals this, then this equals this, then how many milligrams is and how many units is 10 milligrams? Anyway,
chaos of her brain.
There's a way to figure it out. I call your pharmacy, call your doctor, and hopefully they can help you. Becky Clark says, congratulations to all with your accomplishments of weight loss and wellness journey. Yay! Jojo says, yay! Yeah, thank you, Becky. Losing it, Grays. Why would Novo allow its patent to lapse in Canada for Ozempic Wegovy? Excellent question. We figured somebody just forgot, somebody missed a deadline, somebody got fired.
I did a video on it a few weeks
ago.
Who
knows?
We don't really know. The paperwork that was supposed to have been filed would have been filed in 2013.
It's been a while. Yeah.
It's also very possible they didn't really understand what they had at the time, and it was just one of the many drugs. I mean, they own tons and tons of patents. I can't imagine.
We don't think they did it on purpose.
Their CEO is no longer their CEO.
Right. He got fired.
And because, although it's easy to make a dotted line, you don't really know why, other than they're their sales were down. They lost to
Market
Eli
share
Lilly.
to Eli Lilly.
It's hard to say. I
Hard to
think
say.
that's just a big miss. Canada
Somebody
is
made a
the second
mistake.
largest market for these medications right now. So
The NHS have started allowing doctors to prescribe Mounjaro, but very limited. So we've talked to people in the UK who have
we've reported on anything that
told
comes
us
out of England. They're also doing some tests with Lilly on keeping people at work. So they've got a pretty good sized research project going on. If they give you the medication, do you lay out of work less? So do you call in sick less? So you actually have more work hours. So it actually is an economic question, which is an interesting approach to it. Anthony says, let's say Novo or Lilly lowers the price of their meds to $199 a month permanently. Do you think Compound will go even lower to stay in the game? Will it be a race to the bottom?
maybe.
No, I don't. I think the challenge of compounded medication right now is the cost of acquisition for consumers is extremely expensive. So although the medications are very cheap, every time you see an ad on Facebook, Instagram, you hear it on the radio, basically I think on average they're spending about $100 a patient to acquire the patient. And then the patients aren't loyal even a little bit. They'll jump if the price goes down somewhere else. So there is a floor for telehealth and compounding that they're going to get to.
I don't know what it is.
It's just not going to be worth it.
When we started with compounded medication in September of 2023, it was more expensive than it is now. I think it was $3.99.
Yeah.
Looking through my things when I was doing my taxes today, I was looking at the cost of my compounded medication. I think it was $3.99 for a long time, and then they dropped it. I think it went to $2.49, and now I'm with Mochi, it's $1.99. So it's possible. I mean, I'm all about a price war, right? I'm all about give me the lowest price. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, I think it more likely that we see Lilly have orforglipron, Tirzepatide, and retatrutide, and basically be able to cover the entire market with it. And orforglipron becomes the entry point and the lowest priced drug. Tirzepatide's price is higher than that. Retatrutide's is really high and has pretty high BMI and other comorbidity requirements. Novo comes in with a few drugs. Viking comes in with a few drugs, and all this, and Amgen, and there's other ones out there. And within 3, maybe 4 years, you've got 10, 20 out there, and that's where it gets competitive and it gets truly exciting. I don't know that compounding at scale is a long-term play for GLP-1s. I think these guys are just trying to cash in as quickly and as much as they can.
They're going to hang on as long as they can.
Yeah, they will. Does it exist 5 years from now? I doubt it.
I think it'll be a whole different ballgame 5 years from now. Empowered Wellness by Teddy D. Obesity is a disease and a major public health issue. Indeed. There are so many factors that play a part besides diet and exercise. Yeah, like your brain telling you to eat all the time, right? We see obesity run in families. I mean, I think see it all the time, right? So, there are a lot of factors besides diet and exercise, and obesity is a disease. Scott Miller, becoming healthy shows no age coming from an older guy. I guess we're talking about, older people.
DJ Pugwash says he pays only £99 a month. Let's see here. Evelyn Warren says, question, my insurance.
What is beeping?
It's that camera.
Oh.
Says United Healthcare did not approve Zepbound just weight loss alone. They did say if I had sleep apnea, that would approve it. Has anyone else had that? That's a pretty common occurrence. I mean, sleep apnea was first approved by Medicare, and now a lot of the insurance companies are picking that up. So that doesn't surprise me.
Hey, Taisha. At Mindy, Taisha's an admin. At Mindy, maybe his doctor could try Dupixent. It helped my daughter tremendously.
I think for the sun allergy.
Oh, that's interesting. Crazy Cat Lady in LA. Hey, peeps. Sorry I'm late. Has JoJo joined the chat today? Yeah, she was up here. Let's see if I can I can snatch her. Say hi to Vanessa, Jojo. Jojo says, "Who's Vanessa? And why is she a crazy cat lady?" What are you doing, Christopher? Okay. Well, it's probably time to wrap. Okay, let's do the couple more questions. We'll take a couple more while Jojo's up here.
Linda says, saw an interview with Dave Knapp on the pen with Claimable. Your thoughts about Claimable?
What's Claimable?
Claimable is a company that claims they can help you get approvals from insurance companies.
Oh,
I saw that as well. I don't know anything about them other than what Dave said. It's an interesting idea. They're not GLP-1 specific, so they do this across a lot of medications.
oh.
And apparently, I only know what David and the CEO said. I think it's interesting, though. I mean, anything that could help. Now, I don't remember whether Dave said what it cost.
Yeah.
Because there was a cost. I don't remember. I don't know.
It must be a lucrative business. You know, you have to figure out, number one, does your insurance even say it covers it in the policy? Because if they don't cover obesity medication, it doesn't matter what anybody does, you're not going to get it covered. But yeah, it could be helpful. Could be helpful.
Let's see.
DJ says, do you take My Journey multivitamins by WellGuard? No, I do not.
It might be a British thing. I don't know. I
No.
take a standard multivitamin. What's the one I take? I don't even remember.
I think Christopher takes one a day.
It's not one a day. It's
Centrum?
Centrum.
Yeah.
Yes, it is Centrum.
I used to take Centrum, and then I started taking Replenza, and we're actually sponsored by Replenza. This is not a sponsored post, but I kept taking them because I really liked them. So anyway, they're on our Amazon store if you're interested in that. I don't know the one you mentioned, sorry. Nellie Lee says, I just came on, but I wanted to say that I had finally lost 25 pounds from October to April and have not lost anything since. I even have switched companies last month, which was June. Lost 25 pounds and not lost anything since. So do you have more to lose? Like, I don't know. Well, I'd have to.
Well, and what's your titration strategy and what's your? There's so
have you
many
maxed out the
questions
dose?
Go there.
Are you? What kind of? Are you on Tirzepatide, Semaglutide? You're talking about switching companies, so I'm thinking you're probably on a compounded medication. I don't know. That's a great question. I would think if you're taking your shot every week and if you're not losing, you go up in dose maybe every 4 weeks. And if that's still not working, that's a great question to ask your doctor. Yeah.
They're talking about having to fill in the size of the t-shirt. So they're booking the cruise right now.
Oh.
So don't worry about it.
Oh, I did ask Kelly. Did I ask Kelly? Is Kelly doing it?
So we're collecting t-shirt sizes right now.
Yeah.
But that's a year from now. We will confirm everybody's t-shirt sizes when we get closer to it. So don't worry.
That's fine. That's fine. I can get those closer to time. It was just this past time, you know, I had an issue, so I wanted to make sure I got everybody's t-shirt size when they booked, so they, you know, at least you know, or you're aware that there will be t-shirts and that I need your size.
Yes, and we'll confirm prior to the cruise, so don't worry about that.
Donna Johnson.
She got into a
size 10 jeans. And Donna's tall too. Donna's like, how tall are you, Donna? Like 5'8"? Tall. Awesome. I know that because Donna went on the cruise.
Oh, there you go. There's Megan.
Oh, there's Megan's. Her is that your blog, Small Things Daily? I hopped on just when you mentioned me. Thank you. I ate out 6 to 7 days a week, and eating at home has been the biggest change for me. I now eat out only once a week at most, usually less. Oh, thanks, Megan. Yeah, so Megan lost over 100 pounds, and she has a new YouTube. Out on a walk, getting in my steps, and happy to be here. Well, great. I'm glad you joined us. Yeah, Megan's lost over 100 pounds. I did an interview with Megan. I don't know, it might have been a year ago now. Megan, you've been in maintenance for a while. So, and she has 4 little kids, 3 little kids.
Something like that.
She has a lot of little kids, and she homeschools. So you want to talk about having your hands full. Yeah, so you can check her out on YouTube. Simply Banks, 3 months in and weight loss plateau. Any advice? Start weight 189, current 150, and the scale has remained 150 for 3 weeks. Well, 3 weeks, yeah, all right. Currently 5 milligrams Zepbound. I'm not a doctor. Ask your doctor, but maybe it's time for you to go to 7.5. Or 0.5. Are you on 5 milligrams of Zepbound or 0.5?
So people like to push titration as long as possible, and I appreciate that they want to do that because they're trying to get as much out of these doses as possible. But the reality of it, and I did a report on it the other day that really talked about titration and how essential it was. And honestly, that all the research says that the people who get to the highest dose actually maintain longer. So it's not to say that you have to, but you do what's right for your body. But don't be afraid to titrate. There is no win at staying at a low dose. Take the dose that works for you.
Yeah.
There's no moral high ground. It doesn't matter. Take the dose that works for you. So if you do need to titrate up, watch your calories. Really,
if you're not having any side effects and you haven't lost weight for 3 weeks, I'd want to move up. So I'd ask your doctor about that. And I think it's probably 5 milligrams, not 0.5, because Zepbound you can't really do less than a full dose. Yeah. That's what I think so too. I think, yeah. So I think she's on 5 and she probably needs to go to 7.5. I'm not a doctor. Don't want to go up on dose just yet. Why not? Would like to try other options first. Okay. All right. So here's what you do. You up your protein. Make sure you're getting, I get 80 to 100 grams a day. Find out your protein needs and make sure you're hitting those goals. Make sure you're drinking 80 to 100 ounces of water a day. Make sure you're getting in some movement in throughout your day, whether that's walking, whether that's exercise, whether that's, I don't know what. Make sure you're getting enough sleep because that can really affect your weight loss. Make sure you're not constipated. That's always my problem. So I have to stay on top of that daily with fiber gummies and occasionally the Mago 7. That can cause an issue. What other things, Christopher? That's all we got.
I think give up, honestly. I mean, the challenge
that's our best advice right there.
I see people drag out doses, and I honestly just think they're losing money when they do that. If they drag it out too long, because if in 3 weeks isn't bad, you're fine. I would probably stick it out another week or two and see how it goes. But I've seen people that are like, I've been on this dose for 6 months and haven't lost weight in 4 months. I'm like, well,
why don't you do that?
You're just wasting the medicine at that point.
Yeah, the dose that you're taking, it doesn't matter, right? You have to find the dose that works for your body. So some people talk about, I just want a microdose, or I want to lose all my weight on the lowest dose. And some people can do that and some people can't. Like, you have to figure out what works for you. And it doesn't matter if you're on 15 milligrams or if you're on 2.5, you have to do what works for you. Like, some people want to say, but there's no difference. Find what works for you. Okay. We're not doctors.
Get on the scale. Get on the scale.
Thank you
for a great podcast.
All right. I feel seen with the get on the scale. Get on the scale. Excuse me.
Roses, would you consider interviewing slow responders and/or those who are not having the same results as others? The community can show support.
Sure.
So there's a few things there. Number one, we will interview almost everybody. So if that's you,
what do you mean almost?
I'm sure there's somebody who I go there to. Like Hitler shows up.
Oh, all right. Hitler, right? Well, okay.
Whoever. Almost everybody, no matter where you are in your journey, no matter how you are responding. And we have interviewed some slow responders. So for those of you who know Dave Knapp out there from OnlyFans, Dave is a slow responder. And Dave because he has type 2 diabetes, and he'll tell you, he talks about his whole story in there. Mm-hmm. And he's looking forward to retatrutide and some other options that hopefully they can work a little bit better for him. And there's a few people, I don't remember them off the top of my head, but we've done, I don't even know, 50 interviews, 60 interviews out there. So there are people, everybody from Lorraine's friend who hasn't even started yet and was just thinking about it, to Barb who's lost 280 pounds, and everywhere in between. So absolutely we will. I'll tell you, the challenge of slow responders is they typically don't want to talk. They don't want to tell people about it and it's, I tell them all the time, it's not your fault. It is. Sometimes our genes are just working against us in that, and you may need a different medication. So but we will if you know somebody, absolutely send them our way. If it's you, absolutely, we would love to hear.
But also remember that when we talk about slow responders, like how slow is slow? Because if you're losing a half a pound a week, that's the low end of the average range, right? So some people lose less than that, and you're just below the average range. So the average range of weight loss on these medications is half a pound up to 2 pounds a week. So, and a lot of people say, oh, half a pound, it's so slow, pound is so slow. That's what these medications state as average. But you know what? So a pound a week, 52 pounds a year, it adds up over time. So, you might as well just keep going. If you've lost any amount of weight on this, I would say, it works for you. Just keep going. Just keep taking your shot. You never know when you
get to a dose that all of a sudden works for you, and your body just says, "Oh, whatever the dose is." And you see people on Facebook all the time asking about specific doses, what worked for you, all of that. There is no commonality to it. Everybody is different.
Yeah.
Every day, every week, every dose.
Yeah. Hello. Get on the scale. Ah! Do you both microdose GLP-1? No, we do not. Or are we on the dose? I am on 7.5, currently on 7.5 milligrams. I've been up as high as 12.5. I hit my goal weight. I started at 2.5 on September 29th of 2023. I started with the telehealth company, and I got a vial of 2.5, a vial of 5, a vial of 7.5. The instructions were 1 month, 1 month, 1 month, move up, move up, move up. So I did, and that's how we started, because those were the instructions from our doctor that we were given. So now you hear people talking about microdosing, and
so let's explain what microdosing is.
All right.
So what microdosing is, and for those of you who have watched Dr. Tina, she's probably the one who's made this the biggest part of the conversation. She has a big podcast. Microdosing is usually dosing at less than half of the initial dose. So not necessarily splitting doses, but it is a significantly
1
smaller
milligram.
dose. Dr. Tina also says that microdosing only works for metabolically sound people. And if you are obese, you are not metabolically sound, and it will not work for you. All of the research that has been done have been on obese people, and it has been at the recommended doses.
There's no studies on microdosing.
Right. And honestly, if compounding goes away, other than the Eli Lilly vials, it would be very, very difficult to microdose, and it would get extremely expensive because of the way Lilly sells the vials. It's not to say that it doesn't work for some people, and that's not to say that some people don't need to take a smaller dose because they are hyper responders and maybe they get extremely nauseous, or maybe there's other reasons. Everybody's is different, but in general, it's probably not going to work for you if you're obese. Just
we don't.
We're not doctors.
We're not doctors.
I don't research that says that microdosing.
I don't know anyone on a microdose that's lost weight.
Split dosing,
there might be some. I just haven't talked to them.
There are a lot of people who do split dosing,
so
they'll take the standard 5 milligram dose and do it as 2.5 or the standard 15 and do it as 7.5.
Just making 2 injections per week, splitting it.
So we see that all the time. That's not actually microdosing.
Sometimes.
There's no research on that either. Just so you know.
Yeah, no, it's when we started doing the interviews, a lady told me, I take half my dose on Sunday and half my dose on Wednesday. And I was like, you mean you take 2 shots a week? I don't even like to take 1 shot a week, and you're taking 2 shots a week? She's like, yep, and it works great because it keeps my appetite suppression going the whole week. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Scott Miller says, Christopher, my chef's son sent me to Iberico Park.
Iberico, yeah.
Iberico pork from Spain for my birthday. I'm grilling some now. If you haven't tried it, it's a must.
I have, and you live across town. If you had said, I could have been there.
Well, no, we couldn't because we had to do this live.
Well, we'll do it
live from Scott Miller's grill. Next time, Scott, call us. Sasha says, wish we could take our fur babies on cruises. But they probably wouldn't like it. I mean, I took JoJo to the vet yesterday. She about had a nervous breakdown, so she probably would not like it. Beautiful cat. I'm a big cat person too. Yeah. So JoJo, you know, she's a diva. She's sitting here on the table in front of us. Wouldn't it be great to have cruise ship cats like there are in libraries and some stores? Yep. Would it? Maybe. Yeah.
So let's see. Oh, so you can see. See, I got this painting of Joe.
Can you see it?
Yeah, can you see it?
It's not close enough. So I don't know. He got this came in the mail yesterday. I said, what?
I forgot. I had ordered it.
He got it on Facebook. It popped up. He yells at me for ordering things off Facebook, and then here comes this.
Yeah, well, if they got me,
picture of JoJo. Something I did do. Have you guys done your Amazon Prime orders? I did a video about all my favorite Amazon Prime things. You can look at our website, thedownsize.org, or just look back about 2 videos, and it's my Amazon Prime video. Anyway, so we have this Simple Human trash can, and it only takes this one particular trash bag that they make, and they're expensive, so I'm always looking for them to go on sale. And so I bought some on Prime, and they came today, and my daughter goes, Mom, why are there still trash bags, the Simple Human trash bags in the cart? And I said, did I order them twice? No, I'd ordered them twice. They weren't even in the cart. They were on the way. And I said, you know what? Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and I start on my phone, and I remembered, oh, it was Prime Day. And so I was ordering things in the night, and then I went back to sleep and forgot. And then I ordered those same things again. At least I'm consistent, right?
Now they can.
All right.
It's my JoJo art.
JoJo, it's JoJo. All right. All right. So, all right, we're at 2 hours, and I think we are done. What did Sandy say? When people ask me how I lost the weight, I say I take drugs. After the shock, they are less judgmental when they find out it's prescription drugs. Way to go, Sandy. Sandy just tells them like it is.
Let's see. Right now, there's 239 people on here. Hello, everybody. We will be leaving shortly, but we love it that you're here. 235 people left. 197 likes. I can't leave without 200 likes. Come on, guys. Hit that like button. Brochet says, boop that like button. Crazy Cat Lady says, boop. JoJo gonna boop the like button.
Boop, boop, boop.
Absolutely. There's 198.
Oh,
all right.
It's thundering now.
Terry
here.
says, I just joined Fridays and got my first prescription mailed to me. That was an easy process, like them so far, and I think they have a great price, but can only get 1 month at a time. Yeah, there's several
most of
good
these you can only get one at a time these days. Yeah. Mochi still one at a time.
The TD has me at $10.95 for weight loss. That seems really low to me.
How tall are you?
Yeah, I mean, we don't know anything else about you, so it's hard to say. I would definitely talk with your doctor, and you can always talk to a nutritionist as well.
Mm-hmm. That does seem low, though.
Esther says, I've noticed it's usually wrong if you are shorter. I'm 5'1", and it constantly tells me to eat below 1,000 calories.
Yeah, you know, if you have this the Renpho scale with the app, it gives you like an estimated amount of calories you should be eating. So it has a basal metabolic rate. So that's if you're, laying in a coma, how many calories you're going to burn a day. So mine's 1487. I'm 5'5". Seems about right. I don't know.
That means to lose weight, you'd need to be.
To lose weight, I'd need to eat 1,200 maybe, or, you have to be in a calorie deficit, that whole thing. So. Math.
DJ says, are you going to take Chris to that dance exercise class? DJ, I can tell you the exact time I will go to that dance and exercise class.
Didn't you jazzercise with me once when we were dating?
I never jazzercised. Well, maybe I did once.
I think you did once, before we were married.
It will be a cold day in hell before I go to the gym and do the aerobics class. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, no, he's not
If you watch the video, I line dance, and I'll do that if I must. I don't care for it.
You pretended to like it. It looked like you were having fun.
It's not. It was
the line
really
dancing on the cruise. It was really hot.
Mm-hmm. DJ says, would love to. So yeah, actually, DJ, if you email us at Laraine@thedownsized.org or me at Christopher@thedownsized.org, we'll get you set up.
Send me an email. We'll send you a link to our calendar, and you can pick a time that works for you. And we'll have about a 45-minute-ish conversation about your journey. And I'll just ask you some questions that I'll send you the questions beforehand. Will y'all do a video on what y'all eat in a day? I don't really support that because I'm not really the best example all the time of what I eat in a day. And I'm not a nutritionist. I'm just a person who lost weight on GLP-1s, right? I try to eat between 80 and 100 grams of protein a day, and that doesn't always happen. I do have things that I like. If you want to join my Facebook group, sometimes I post things that I'm eating when I'm feeling particularly good about what I'm eating. So it's called The Downsized Adventure with Laraine and Christopher. And sometimes I put Premier Protein in my coffee every morning. I love Kashi protein cereal. I like a healthy choice frozen meal. Shocking, I know. Sometimes I like to eat a sandwich for lunch. Like I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to have a big salad with grilled chicken every day of the week, because that's boring and that's not how I'm going to live my life.
To me, what I eat videos on this are kind of missing the point, because what I eat in a day videos are very diet culture to me. It's very, here's what you should be eating.
I don't want to tell anybody what to eat.
And this isn't a diet.
You know what I mean?
This is the medical treatment of the disease of obesity.
Yeah.
So learning the strategies and the philosophy, which is a terrible word, philosophy major from college, of how to eat and what you should be eating, to me, is a better long-term plan than mimicking someone on the internet who ate a bowl of whatever.
I don't know, people want ideas, right? You just want ideas. You want to see, things that other people are eating. But really on these GLP-1s, you can, it's all about portion size. As long as you're getting your protein in, you can pretty much eat what in moderate, of course, in moderate, things that you like. You know what I mean?
It might upset your tummy though. So
you find what you like. But when people say, "Oh, I'm on a diet, so now I'm eating cottage cheese every day for lunch." Well, I freaking hate cottage cheese, so I don't want to. I've been on plenty of diet plans where, you got the Xerox copy of the diet plan, and here's what you can eat for the next 7 days: a piece of toast and some cottage cheese, and at dinner you can have half a scoop of vanilla ice cream. Like I just want to
focus.
I just want to live. I just want to live a life that's not focused on
deprivation and sadness.
Yeah, I don't want to live like that, right? So maybe I'm not really the best example if you want to follow an eating plan. But really, my point is, you don't have to follow any particular eating plan. Eat your protein and then eat whatever the heck else you want beyond that.
I mean, the goal is to build a eating habit that you can sustain for the rest of your life, not to be on a diet and then eat whatever you want and gain weight
back. Because every Friday I was off my plan and I was eating all the things because I didn't diet Friday through Sunday and then repeat.
So, I mean, my thing is go to the grocery store, shop, look for fresh food, look for what looks good. Right now it's the summer. There's all kinds of great produce out there. Look for on the perimeter, and it's an old school mentality, but that perimeter where there's fresh meats and produce is where you should start. If you avoid those things in the middle, that's all the stuff that are high fat, high salt, high sugar.
I bet she's glad she asked this question.
So we don't. We're not going to do.
People ask us that question all the time. So I mean, we have a lot of thoughts on that.
My nightmare is doing what I can eat in a day, and then there's like 10 nutritionists
that come for me, like, you didn't eat any calcium, you forgot to eat a fruit, you didn't eat enough vegetables.
Well, they do edit, so they're like on the screen with you, going, "What is that guy? He doesn't know what he's talking about." Now, I've done some cooking videos that if you want to go back and watch. And honestly, I'll probably do a few more cooking videos.
Oh no!
I don't use recipes, so
yeah. So don't look to him for that. So yeah. Anyway, all right. I'm fading here, Christopher Durham. Yeah. I'm on my last 8 pounds, and my TDEE is pretty low, but I'm losing half a pound a week. That's good. I mean, that when you have those last couple pounds, it slows down, right? So half pound a week is great. Still in that average range. DJ, had my 18th shot this week. 7th shot of 7.5. Hope they keep the compounding going. Me too, DJ. I am going to be on compounding as long as I can. So yeah, I'm with you. Lost all my weight on compounded Tirzepatide. Starting my Wegovy weight loss journey next month. Any best advice practice for a newbie? Christopher, what's your #1 tip for someone starting a GLP-1 journey?
Take the shot.
Just take the shot every week. Don't miss a shot.
Take the shot.
Take the shot every week, unless you like have a surgery or something where you have to medical reason. But yeah, take the shot. Eat your protein first. You won't be able to eat much at first. Make sure you get a few bites of protein in. Joseph Gonzalez, I'm starting 10 milligrams of Zepbound on Friday, going on my 16th week. I'm down 40 pounds, 15 pounds away from my goal weight. Yay! All right. Senna de Leon. Hi, LD and CD. When are you coming to Atlanta? Like the first week of November for the Obesity Week conference that will be going on in Atlanta.
I'll probably post that next week, so you'll be able to RSVP for it.
Michelle, Replenza is coming tomorrow. Should I continue my multivitamin? It's either one or the other, because the Replenza tablets are vitamins, and they're like super vitamins, right? So you don't need those and another. So I would say either finish the ones you got and then start the Replenza, or put the ones you got to the side and try the Replenza and see if you like it. Sandy Murphy says, did either of you deal with nausea as you were on your losing journey? A little bit. That was hardest for me at times. I love Zepbound at times. Did we just lose the internet?
Maybe. Power just flashed. Are you guys still out there?
A little bit of nausea at the beginning. So make sure you're well hydrated, drinking enough water. Your doctor might be able to prescribe something for nausea. So talk to your doctor. It seemed like I was always chewing Tums at the beginning. Christopher hates Tums, but I, took those all the time when I was pregnant for like indigestion and tummy upsets. So yeah, Zepbound is prescription, and that can definitely help. But that is a common side effect of nausea. What?
About what I don't eat in a day. Well, she doesn't eat cottage cheese.
I don't eat cottage cheese. What else do I not eat? Liver. I had to eat liver on a Weight Watchers when I went to Weight Watchers camp in 1984. Yeah, I went to a Weight Watchers camp. I lost like 13 pounds in a month. I thought that was pretty good. I mean, just doing Jane Fonda workout every day and eating liver. It was disgusting. Jeremy F., have you ever heard of a program from Express Scripts called InGuide that covers people and not $199 to give them access to lower prices?
I thought InGuide was I sworn we included a story about Express Scripts and InGuide, and that was part of their program that you had to do to get approved for all of this fun stuff. And yeah. So.
I don't know about that.
All right. Yeah, we've got power flashing and all kinds of fun stuff going here. I think we're still on. Yeah, it looks like we are still on. You're still live. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, good.
Perfect. We're still here hanging out.
Just
one of our TVs
support.
flashed off and our lights flashed off and all that. Anyway, so it's, I don't know how long it's been, because that whole
like over 2 hours.
Yeah,
so
2 hours and 17
we're gonna sign off.
218 of you out there. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, please do. I know you liked and subscribed. If you have questions that we didn't get to, email them to us, please. Big Thunder. We take questions and answer them in our weekly weigh-in. So we'll scroll through and, but email them to us either at Christopher@thedownsize.org or Laraine@thedownsize.org, and we'll do that. If not, we will be back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Make sure you hang around. Make sure you hang around for the video, thanking our downsized folks. And we will see you next week.
Bye. Bye.
And here we are still again. Whoa!
Are we on the